How's everybody doing? Welcome in, welcome in. My name is Vince from Truckers Unite Now. Also co-hosting with me is Sean over at Trucking the USA Today on Facebook, and also I Drive for Change. If you have not seen I Drive for Change yet, over at WeTheTruckers.com, it's a pretty cool site. Go check it out, everyone, if you like. Just so everybody knows, everything that we say here is for entertainment purposes only, okay? Everything we say is for entertainment purposes only. Please trust but verify, facts over feelings, and be a critical thinker, you know? Go check everything that we're saying. Go do the research and check to make sure that we're on the up and up. You know what I mean? Recheck everything everyone says to you, because nowadays information is just crazy, right? So let's get into it. My name is Vince, and I am a freelance journalist and an American commercial truck driver. I'm a trucking advocate who is here to serve you. Co-hosting with me is Sean from Trucking the USA Today on Facebook, and I Drive for Change over at WeTheTruckers.com. All right. You can find you can find us both at WeTheTruckers.com. It is a great website to find your favorite trucking advocate, books, music, bills throughout the government, and much, much, much more. Thank you so much, Pastime for a Change, for tapping the screen, man. I really appreciate that, brother. On this live, hold on, let me turn on these lights. I can't read for crap. Let me turn on some of these lights, guys. All right, there we go. Much better. On this life, we strive hard to be critical thinkers, trust but verify, facts over feelings, and bring you conversations about the trucking industry. Before we get started, we would like to take a minute to tell you about the culture here. Here you will find respect, dignity, accountability, and the belief that every single person has the chance to be heard. We believe conversations matter, and we believe that people matter. That's why we give every person up to 3 minutes to talk. Honest disagreements are welcome here. Tough conversations are welcome here. We do not create echo chambers here. What we ask is simple: respect the dignity of others. We don't put people down, we don't insult people, and we just because someone believes something different than you, we don't put them down. We don't allow anyone to insult or put down any speakers for their ideas, right? For their thoughts. If anybody becomes disruptive, abusive, or behaves negatively, you will be put in a timeout. You will be muted. This is not to punish you, but to protect the culture that we are building here. We are here to strengthen, and we are here to strengthen each other. We are here. You are safe here to debate and to ask the hard questions and the hard facts. We are here to listen, to learn, and to challenge ideas. Whether you're a driver, a spouse, an owner-operator, a company driver, a dispatcher, a broker, a cop, a shipper, a co-signee, or a truck stop cashier, you are welcome here. Thanks so much for joining us. Today, I think we're going to talk a little bit about patriotism. So, if you haven't checked out WeTheTruckers.com yet, please go check it out if you feel fit to do so. It's a great website. You'll find I Drive for Change on there. And don't forget, we're having our barbecues once a month. Once a month on the 15th, we're having multiple drivers barbecuing for other drivers at the truck stops. And we on the screen, each driver, when they're talking to drivers, we'll go to that screen and we'll make it bigger. Samantha, welcome in. How are you?
I am great, Vince. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm a little stiff this morning from driving thousands of miles nonstop, but uh, you know.
It's crazy. You and my sister were both going to Iowa yesterday.
Mm. Yep, I'm in Nebraska now.
Uh,
Nebraska.
where she's headed. I haven't even talked to her this morning.
You know, it's weird though.
It's too.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. You first.
She's managed to get a, a position with her company where they've guaranteed her to be home every week. So she's really excited about that.
Wow. Every week, huh? That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's definitely time for change for myself and my family. It's the years are just going by so quickly. My kids are getting so much older, and it's time. They're in their teens. They need someone to guide them through their young adult years and get them on track, and if I don't do it now, it's going to be catastrophic, you know. Could be. My wife has been a single mom for long enough, you know. So,
It's good that you recognize that. And here's what we got to understand: it's all going to work out. Might not work out the way we thought it was supposed to, but it all works out. It just
that's
does.
right. That's right. Absolutely. Let's see. Trucker's Table says, "Hey Vince, sending love to you and yours. Stay safe out there. You too, Trucker's Table. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it." Yeah, guys, if you have not yet scanned the QR code, the mental health awareness book and audio version over at We the Truckers, I'm gonna put it up on the board here in a second, or not on the board, but I'm gonna put it up on the screen. Get ready to take a screenshot of this. If you want to know more about mental health and the things that truck drivers go through on a daily basis, feel free to go ahead and scan that now. Take a screenshot, whatever you want to do. And it's a free book. It's 120 pages. And again, it's mental health awareness in the trucking industry. Here you go over on YouTube. Go ahead and take a screenshot of that if you like. And there's just a lot of that's right, Batty. Yep, WeTheTruckers.com. Yep, you can also go to WeTheTruckers.com and you can find it over there under, you go to WeTheTruckers.com and under I Drive for Change, you'll see that emblem. That's where you can find the mental health book. All right. It's a great book. I don't know if anybody here knows Freakin' Trucker. That is his handle on TikTok. His name's Freakin' Trucker, and he was the one that came up with the idea. He was like, "Hey, truck drivers don't get out. They don't talk. They're just depressed in their trucks. Who knows what they're going through? They're missing their family. You know what I mean? The pay is shit right now. Even with the rates up, it's not enough. Even with the rates up, would you agree? They're garbage. Truck drivers should be making 3, 4 times what they're making. I mean, if you ask me, nurses should be making 3, 4 times more. Cops should be making. Some cops make $55 or 55,000 a year. What an insult! What an insult! All right, Samantha dropped and now she's coming back. If anybody would like to come up and chat with us for a minute, feel free to come up. We have our stopwatch here. Everybody gets 3 minutes. What do you think, Samantha?
I think it's going to be a great live. I know that Sean was talking to a bunch of people yesterday that are excited about what we're doing. I am really fired up about the 15th of August when we're going to do the next tag event because, what I picture in my head is 15 trucks, different locations across the country. The live is so busy that one person just has to the whole time just manage that, dropping people, not dropping people, but moving people down, putting them back on the big screen because that's how busy it's going to be. It's just going to be absolutely incredible. And then, I'm just excited about it. But what I'm most excited about is what happens on the 15th and the 30th, and then the 12th, and then the 8th, and then the 5th. And because there are so many people that want to be part of that we can't do it all in one day. And that's where we're going. That's what is happening. I hope you guys know what you are seeing right now is absolutely historic.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, that was pretty fun. That barbecue was pretty fun, man. There were a lot of truck drivers. They were intrigued. They were excited. It's like their zombie status walking around the truck stop with their head down in their phone, and then they smell some barbecue, and then they come over and start asking questions. And you should have seen how they lit up. It's like, wow, you're really gonna feed me for free? There's no ties here. You're just doing this? Like, why? You know, it's that's what we're missing in our society now. We're missing people just doing the right thing because people matter. You know, everything has become about profits and money, and you know, how can we invest and how can we make more money to get all these toys. These toys don't matter if we're not talking, if we're not interacting and socializing. You know, if the pandemic didn't teach us anything, it's that we're not secluded animals, right? We are animals, and you know what? We need to talk. We need to get out and see each other face to face. That's the most important thing here. Um, we have a few other truck drivers that are trying to get in-person roundtable meetings going. Just so everybody knows, we have lives Tuesday morning, 10 a.m. Pacific, here on TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, and X. And then we also have lives on Friday, 5 p.m. Pacific, same social media platforms. And then we have a roundtable meeting for those that want to get involved, that want to do something. We have our roundtable meetings 2 p.m. on Fridays, and that is also Pacific Standard Time. Wow, Batty Crash, thank you so much for spamming that. Appreciate it. That's one spam I absolutely love. That's right. We the truckers. There you go. There you go. All right. I don't know where Sean is. Where is Mr. Sean? Let's see if Cool Harvey will come up. Let's see what Cool Harvey's doing. Mr. 780 is in the house. Axel Live's in the house. Singing to Myself is in the house. And Pastime for a Change is in the house today. Cool Harvey, welcome in.
What's going on, my friend?
Same thing, different day. Doing our thing.
So tell me a little bit more about this barbecue deal.
Oh, bro. So every 15th of the month, Freakin' Truckin' is his name. I don't know if you're friends with him on TikTok, but his handle is Freakin' Truckin'. And what he does is, or what he came up with was like, hey, once a month, why don't we have a little barbecue where we feed truck drivers? We just have burgers, hot dogs, whatever, pizzas, and we feed truck drivers. We tell them a little bit about We the Truckers. We tell them a little bit about our mental health book that we've created. And we just tell them how there's a lot of advocates trying to get, you know, less regulation, more money to truck drivers. Just trying to help truck drivers for the right reasons, right? Just hanging out, talking, trying to get truck drivers to get that brotherhood, that sisterhood back to where we can fight shoulder to shoulder to have a better life. That's the only way it's going to work, right? The government ain't going to do shit. Okay? Took me a year to realize that, but the government doesn't do anything. All they do is take our ideas and want to have a power trip over them. And then they take all our money and they say it's their money and they just give it away to other people and they create more problems. And then they say they have a solution that one of us came up with, right? So forget all that. If we want it fixed, we got to fix it ourselves. So that's what it is.
I like the idea. I like the idea of the barbecue. Um, are we going to try to make that grow, or are we trying to go with that?
We're definitely trying to make it grow. So here's the thing, bro. So we did it the 15th of last week. That was the first week we did it. And so the difference with this was on TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, and X, we did like this, right? Like I would be trying to pass out hot dogs, talk to drivers. I'd be on the big screen, and then I was in where was I? I think I was in Pennsylvania. Sean was in Iowa, and Freakin' was in Arkansas. And we would keep going back and forth like this, right? Then Freakin' would be there, so we'd put him up on the big screen. And then, you know, Samantha would be doing something, so we'd put her on the big screen. She'd be talking to drivers. And then we'd come back to me and I'd be talking to drivers. And people loved it, bro. We had thousands of people come to the live. Our biggest number was 80 at one time watching. It held at about 60, 70. People loved it, man. People ate it up. They loved it. Morning coffee with Bob, Robert, and Deb Murphy came. We were all just laughing, joking. Dude, it was like a good old time. It was awesome. It was fun.
I like him because he's trying to get a free hamburger.
He was, but he was a little far away. He was a little far away. So yeah. So anyway, what do you think?
Oh, just riding down the road. heard you had a little argument there, a little libel.
Uh-oh. What happened? Michael?
We were talking about something. Cupcake was talking about how much money it costs to get into how easy it is to be a broker. And I'm like, yeah, it don't take a whole lot. You got to buy a computer. You got to buy a bond. You got to get your license. It's where a truck, you got to have a truck, a trailer, your own authority.
Permits.
It's way more to be a truck driver. It's easy. A lot cheaper to be a broker. And dude flew off the freaking handle. And, I'm a broker. I'm a carrier. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Blah, blah, blah. Same old nonsense. Nobody. That's not up to long, Vince.
What's that?
Instead of talking like a simple human being. Yeah, the guy was screaming at the top of his lungs, and he was, "I'm out. Okay, see ya."
Wow. Well, that's why we're... Good.
I was going to say, if you take somebody else's baby, y'all not going to lives.
I don't know, man. I mean, yeah.
Why are there so many brokers out there? Because it's cheap, way cheaper and a lot easier to do that than own your own truck or own your own trucks or truck. It's a lot cheaper. It's a lot easier. And the guy that came in behind him was talking about, oh, well, you got to have this, you got to have that. Oh, coming from somebody who worked under a broker, yeah, I worked under his license, but pretty much the only thing he had to have was his broker's license, a computer, and a printer, and an office, somewhere to work. And that was it. So, yeah.
Here's the thing I think we have to remember is that if they can keep us focused on, oh, it's too easy for them, it's harder for me, but every single piece of the industry has a place. And if we work together, if we respect each other, if everybody stays in their appropriate lane and we work with integrity and a desire to see the industry succeed, all of it works together. It's the division that creates the problems, that allows legislators who have nothing whatsoever to do with you and your life making rules that affect you in ways that it's difficult to recover from.
Yeah. Let's get the bad out and keep the good in. It's simple, really.
The whole point is I was just making a point, saying that it's cheaper to be a broker than it is to be a truck owner.
Right.
I'm not saying that being a broker is an easy job. Being a broker is like having your own authority in a truck. You got to chase down your customers. You gotta work and get your customer base. But the initial $50,000 that it costs to be a broker compared to $200,000 for a truck driver, to get a truck, a trailer, your own authority, your own insurance, your own tags, it's way more expensive. And I got what you was trying to say, but I don't think he was getting it, and he didn't want to hear it. It used to be. It would be every bit of $250,000 trying to be an owner operator. Every bit of it. That's buying a new truck at $127,000. So yeah, he's entitled to his opinion, but I'm not trying to divide anybody. But like I was telling Vince, if you can't come into a live and respect someone else's opinion, you don't need to go into that live.
Amen. Amen.
It used to be that way, but it's not anymore. That's due to people like me and SBTC and places like that. But yeah, you need $75,000 liquidable asset. That means cash. Doesn't mean that you can lock your house or anything else like that. But yeah, and we're working real hard on getting in time the amount that they have in freight road. So it's not going to be easy to be a broker.
Good.
So look at the rules that have been put in place. Honest to God, the rules that are put in place to accommodate the mega carriers, the mega brokers, and the shippers who somehow became in charge of what they're willing to pay for a service that you provide. I have still not figured out how it happened that one day the person that needed the service suddenly had the right to say, this is all we're going to pay for it. What else works that way? I can't figure out how we got here.
Greed,
Allowed it.
greed, and we allowed it. Yeah.
And here's the great no. Just because we allowed it doesn't mean we have to keep allowing it.
Truth. And don't forget, people,
It's really hard to break.
don't forget, truck drive
Not impossible.
truck drivers
It's just you got to work harder.
truck drivers average lifespan 61 years old. Trucking is 7 times more dangerous than law enforcement. And I know everybody's probably tired of hearing me say that, but I'm going to keep planting those seeds because that's the main thing I look at. As a broker, what are you going to do? Get a paper cut? You're home all the time. You're in air conditioning. Dude, it sucks sometimes to be a truck driver. You're getting bit by mosquitoes. You're in the heat. You're in the cold. It's a very dangerous job. It's a very dangerous profession. It's hard on your body. It's hard on your spine. It's hard on you gain anxiety. Your sleep patterns get destroyed. It destroys your body. Literally, no matter how healthy you try to be, it will destroy your body eventually. There is a time limit on it. Period. End of story. So underwater welders, right? Their eyes only last about 10 years. You guys know that, right? Underwater welders, you're only good for about 10 years. That's why they make 300,000 a year. It's hazmat pay, right? It's hazard pay because they are giving a part of their body for that industry to be able to make boats and pipes and take care of our infrastructure. And they should get that. They should. Welcome in, Steeler D. But truck drivers, I don't know how it became this bad where truck drivers are just, I mean, they're looked at worse than anything. I don't understand how it got this bad. Past time for a change is right. Welcome to the team, Steeler. Thank you for the heartbeat.
I mean, there are jobs out there that any business you can open up the doors at a hardware store or 7-Eleven, and if you don't have customer service, you're not going to have any customers. If you got busy customer service, people are going to go someplace else. A lot of these jobs, if you're going to own your own business, everybody has to work to build their business up.
Sure.
But, some jobs, the initial investment is, this job is this, the minimum of this much, and this job is a minimum of this much, It's the initial investment is what you look at, and then, even as a truck driver owning your own company, you still have to work to get customers, just like a broker does. They have to work to get their customers. You have to schmooze them and, kiss their ass a little bit and everything to get the customer base.
Right.
You
Right.
know.
Absolutely.
But the initial investment is minuscule compared. Isn't near as what it costs to own your own trucking company.
But do you think that if you got into brokering that you really had to haggle over that same load that you've been doing for years and years, that you really think you had to haggle every time over the price of that load? No, you don't. That price actually doesn't change. But a lot of brokers will deceive you. Haggle for you. You haggled that price for you, and you got what the load actually paid.
Cool Harv, you're breaking up.
CRST had a Pittsburgh. Yeah, can you hear me?
We can now, yeah. We can hear you. Go ahead.
Yes, one of my good friends. One of my good friends was the owner of CRST out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And he had his customer. And basically, he would take his customer out about once every 6 months for lunch. While he was wiring and dining them, he had one of his employees pick up their car, take it to the tire shop, and put brand new tires all the way around it. And that was pretty much all he did.
That's legal.
It's a gift. It's a gift, pastime. Can't do nothing about a gift, right? What do our lobbyists do? What do our lobbyists do?
You actually can. It is against the law to wine and dine the broker. The
The
only
one-
thing that you can actually give them is something that promotes your business, like a pin that has your name on it. It's actually in the law books.
Then how do our lobbyists get away with it? How do our lobbyists get away with it?
It's against the law. Once we start pointing it out, that's when something's going to be done about it. Because they can't hide it anymore. That's what happened with the U-turn, right? That's where all this came from. Was a simple U-turn that went viral.
Right.
What's the code that states that policy is against the law?
You can just look it up.
So
I
what
don't know.
I mean, like I know there's laws against what they can fine for, but I don't. We're talking about a
Just
free.
look up, is it against the law to give out gifts for brokers? It is against the law.
All right, perfect.
Well, it's funny you bring that up. I'm not going to say who, but I know a guy, family related, that's now retired, and he was in the industry for 30 years. That's what he did. He was in sales, dispatch, brokering for a huge carrier. Well, lease owner operator company. I'm sure you guys know who I'm talking about or what company I'm talking about. And he said that's what he would do all the time. He'd fly all over the country and wine and dine, exactly what you guys are talking about. Put new tires on their car, whatever. Just, pay their rent for a month, whatever. And that's how he would keep the account. That's how he would keep the money. So I don't know a way around the whole gifting thing. Maybe that's our capitalist society. I don't know, but oh, Sean finally made it. Sean, you must be in a good area now.
Thanks for joining us, Sean.
Yeah, Sean. Thanks for coming, Sean. I totally blanked what I was gonna say. Let's see.
Well, it might have been illegal within the late 70s, early 80s. Now it's better to be late than ever. Better late than never.
This is true. This is true.
When you're Sean, you're supposed to be here when it's done.
You know what? He probably got carried away with research. Research. Oh boy.
That like, share, and comment thing is got to go.
What? This one? This one right here? That one?
Yeah, the one that's right over the top of everybody, so you can't click on them. Yeah, that one.
There we go. How about that? Where is it now? Where is it now on the screen?
Right over the top of me and Sean. Right in the middle of your face.
Okay.
Right in the middle of your face.
All right. How about this? Bam! How about that? There we go.
Way better.
You like that? Is that better?
Now if everybody can just say, hey, like, share, comment, send that RP, and let's get this party started. Come on.
Oopsie.
It's easy.
Oopsie.
On the screen.
Oh, damn it. I look like I got a devil horn or something. My airline's there. Come on. Damn it. Whatever. So what does everybody here think about being patriotic? What does everybody think about where our country's status currently is with our government? Does anybody here think that it's their responsibility as an American citizen to get involved somehow and apply pressure to your representative? Or do you guys think someone, like, and be honest, no judgment, do you think that someone else is going to do it for us? What do you guys think?
I'm still waiting for the neighbor to mow my grass.
Exactly.
I'm pretty sure he will here soon.
So that's a great comment. For years I would watch videos and I would think, someone's going to stop this. Someone's got to get involved. I mean, look at Nick Shirley, right? Why was it a 20-year-old that went up there to find that corruption and call it out? A 20-year-old. I mean, I'm proud of him. Good for him. But man, could you imagine what this country would be like if we all were involved in some way, shape, or form? The government's they're less than 1%, including the military. They're less than 1% of this country's population. And yet, all we do is complain about the 30 to 40% taxes. We don't do anything about it. Nothing. Run for office. Sheila Murthra says correct and run for office. Actually, I am going to probably run for office after my daughter, after my daughter leaves or gets married or whatever she decides to do, I am planning on running actually. Because if you want something done right, you got to do it yourself, right? And I'll run for free. I don't want any money. I'll run for free.
See, if we one letter, one email, one phone call can make a difference, right? You know, these are the guys that we pay to represent us, right? When we voted for them in office, whether some of us haven't voted for them, now is the time to get involved, right? Our country is moving into a direction that the next 10 years is going to sculpture. I mean, what's happening in the next 7 to 8 months is going to sculpture our the whole America, the whole country for the next 10 years. So now is more important than ever to get involved. We have autonomous coming in, right? We have data centers coming in. We have flock cameras coming in. You know, and a guy said it best the other day when he was talking about data centers. You know, he said, "Hey, look, it's going to dirty the water up, and whatever comes out of it." But when we say God bless America, right? When is America going to start understanding that God gave us water, gave us everything else? When our phones start giving us clean water, and when it starts giving us free, healthy air to breathe, then we should worship our phones, right? You know, a lot of these data centers are coming in. They need them for autonomous trucks. So, again, guys, when we look at these things, we got to start understanding that for the politicians that are in there, are they making the right decision for us, or are they making the right decision for their own pocket? And that's a true patriot. That's a true American saying, "Hey, I'm going to stand for what's right and what's wrong." Just because you're greedy and you want a few dollars extra in your pocket, I don't agree with it, right? And these are the things that we need to look at because they're not looking at the outcome. Government always has shown over and over and over again for years after years that they like to invest money, our taxpayers' money, and they like to invest it fast. They like to move it fast. And whatever the outcome is, they feel like, hey, we just demolished it over. If it didn't work, we'll start over again because we didn't have nothing to lose. But Americans, we have something to lose. We, you know, as just the general public, you know, who wants a flock camera pointing down at them and showing them who wants autonomous on these highways, unsafe. You know, our families are out here driving on these roads. So a true patriot should be looking at all the things, what's coming down the pipeline, and be ahead of the game. And it really, it just starts with just an email, a phone call, getting involved. I think that's all the patriot you need. You don't have to be out there, you know, slowing the roads down or stopping or you know, cutting down flock cameras. I think dealing with politics, politician parts, there knows it might inspire you to say, you know, I want to run for my local county commissioner or even go up to the state level. I think now is the time that we find the real people that really care about America. And I would love to send people to Washington, D.C. tomorrow that says, hey, you know what? I'm going to go to Washington, D.C. I'm going to serve my people like the way I am. I'm going to get real obvious, right? If we were to bring the people in right now and say, hey, we're done with lobbying, and we vote for those people that say, hey, enough of the corruption, we can make a change as a truck driver, as an American patriot. But all it takes is to get involved, get your voice out there, get it heard, and you know, fight for what's right.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Shell Mirthra, welcome in. How are you? I just gave you a follow back.
Thanks. I gotta change my name, man. You keep calling me Sheila.
Oh, my bad, dude. I'm sorry. What does it say? What does it say?
It's a Shell Mithra. It's a Linux reference. It's like this old username when I was in IT.
Okay, is it like the Creighton or the Creighton or whatever? Beast? You know what I'm talking about? Oh,
No. So Shell, well, I mean, Shell Mithra is basically just this username that I used when I was in the IT department at a call center.
okay.
And I was the guy that protected the Linux operating system for our servers. So.
Nice. Nice.
But yeah, you know what you guys are talking about. That's what I keep telling people on the right. I get shit from everybody because my political cartoons and my opinions. But it's like the Q crowd, for example. They say, "Oh, just trust the plan." I'm like, dude, that shit right there has got to stop. Like you're just sitting on your hands waiting for someone else to save you. Like, you need to get involved. And I understand we're all like, we got our nose to the grindstone trying to pay our bills, but we got to look at what we are doing in our personal lives with our personal debt. You know, it's like I tried to explain to my ex-wife, you know, the more money that we borrow, the more I have to be out here on the road, and the more I have to work. So let's stop with the debt stuff, you know, so we can actually enjoy our lives a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Amen.
actually take part in society, because, you know, and that's one of the reasons we're exes, right? So, because she didn't want somebody telling her what to do with her money. But this isn't Dr. Phil. I just came on there like to tell you that's the big thing. Is like people are so saddled with debt, they're hoping and praying for someone else to come and fix the problem. And the problem is people don't like personal accountability.
True.
Like, they don't like looking in the mirror and saying, "Okay, maybe I'm part of the problem."
It's hard.
Everybody else.
It's hard to look in the mirror. It is. And you know what? I agree with you as far as, you know what planned obsolescence is? In IT, you probably know exactly what that is. You know, refrigerators in the 1950s ran 50 years. They're still running to this day, some of them, right? But today, my wife last night, she was at Best Buy and she's like, "Oh, look at this, you know, smart fridge and this and that." And like, it was 3,500 bucks. And I'm thinking to myself, yay, there's a fridge that probably lasts 3 years. It's going to break down. It's going to be $1,000 to fix for one little sensor or some shit. Everything that they're making now, they just want more and more money out of you. iPhones, trucks, cars, everything, houses, everything is just made to break. It's literally made to just get your money, get profits, keep the shareholders happy. And then, like you said, we're having to work harder and harder. You know, you buy a hammer, you want it to last 40, 50 years so then that you can then use your money on other things, right? Like, okay, I got the hammer. Now I can go buy a screwdriver. Now I can go buy this. Now I can go buy this. But that's not that used to be the case, but now it's like you got to buy everything the same thing every 2 to 5 years. So your money is just getting less and less and less. I say screw all the comforts, just suffer a little. Screw the air conditioner, screw the heater. Well, not literally, but you know what I mean. We grew up with fans. We survived. We didn't have air conditioning, but today everybody has to have comfort. They have to consume. And I think inflation is starting to hit people right where it hurts, right? It's from what I see, people are starting to consume less a little bit. They're starting to consume less, and people are starting to see, wow, you know, I just want peace. I just want joy. I just want interactions with people. It's not about all these fancy toys we buy. It's about having people in our lives to enjoy them with, right? There's nothing wrong with a hobby or something like that. But when we're spending all our money on things that just keep breaking, so we have to work harder to provide the same things that we did 2 years ago, it's not even fun anymore. You literally can't work hard enough to get ahead. I don't care what profession you're in. Try it. See if it works. You'll just run yourself into sickness.
Yeah,
Go
it's
ahead.
like the A2 bin center at the bowling alleys.
Yeah.
That thing was designed in 1956, and you can still walk into a bowling alley, and that thing is running like clockwork, as long as the mechanic's on point. But yeah, that's the thing, and like this is what I was trying to explain to my niece and nephew. Is like, look, you know, once you start once you start working, and you start accumulating responsibilities, your life is going to fly by very, very quickly. They're 15 and 16 right now.
Oh boy.
And it's, yeah, and they're coming out of high school with college degrees, which I'm very proud of them for.
Wow.
But I let them know, look, enjoy everything that you have and be very careful about the people you invite in your life. Because I remember the very one person at life that created a fork in the road for my dad. And that right there was just like, and I try to explain it to people, try to enjoy the time that you have with the people you have.
Right.
You know,
Right.
and try to find peace. It's just, I don't know, man. Like, my sister and I were politically opposed, but we agreed back in 2017 that we are no longer going to talk politics because our relationship is much more important than being right or wrong about a political thing that we have no control over.
That they're programming you guys to fight about anyway. And it's funny you bring that up because from what I see, all Americans, we're arguing over like 3 or 4% of our entire life or our viewpoints, our morals, our values. We are similar by like 96, 97%, but we hate each other over 3% of what we're talking about. And what does it even matter? Like if we're talking about the pregnancy thing, I won't say the word. If we're talking about that, why is it so important for people to control other people? Regardless what my viewpoints are on it, what right do I have to tell anybody what to do with their life? Regardless what it is, right? I mean that's just the way I'm looking at stuff now. I'm like, you know what? I don't want to fight over people over red or blue. I think they're both after us all. That's what I think. I think they laugh at us in the background. I think they laugh at us like we have all the representatives lined up, no matter who you choose. We're just going to fill our own pockets and we're going to get it all off your guys' back. I mean, that the goalpost, dude, just keeps getting moved farther.
Congo line of assholes.
Yeah. It just keeps getting moved farther and farther out the goalpost. No, it's okay. And the hope I do have everywhere I go all over this country, right? I go to all lower 48 states. And so I talk to all types of different walks of life, all different colors, religions, also all types of different folks. And they're all saying the same things. They're fed up, they're tired of it, and there needs to be change. So I think America is ready to act on something. I don't know what that something is, but remember, our Constitution, our Declaration of Independence, and our Bill of Rights protects us from this type of tyranny. That's all I'm going to say. It protects us, and there are ways out.
Unfortunately, yeah, I mean, I agree with you. And the last line of defense obviously is a felony, but the thing is, like,
True.
you get on TikTok, you get on Facebook, you get on X. Designed to basically make us chase this laser across the floor like cats because outrage gets clicks. And
Right.
you get on TikTok and you see this chick with something that says it's all men. She doesn't want to explain. She just wants to dunk on you so she gets a galaxy for, rage baiting. And it's that kind of shit right there. It's like, and social media is a blessing and a curse, but the ratio for blessing and curse is heavily weighed towards a curse. And because people forgot what it feels like to get punched in the mouth for talking to strangers in salty ways. And that's the problem, is there's no accountability. And you can take no accountability is the problem. You see?
Right. Right. Absolutely, man. I mean, that's how we got started. We just sick and tired of it. We're trying to motivate people to wake up and to act. Enough talking, enough complaining. It's time to act. If enough of us act, it wouldn't even take that many of us to act to actually make change. And the funny part is there's only about 2,000, maybe 5,000 people ruining our lives. It's not that many people. So on the reverse effect of that, it would only take 5, 10,000 people to really get involved to make a change. If you apply pressure, like for example, the I-70, right? They're getting ready to toll it. After taxpayers already paid to fix the roads on the Interstate 70 from the Illinois border to the Ohio border, the governor, Mike Braun's, he wants to toll it by 2029. And then he's probably going to sell it to an Australian investor. So by 2030, Australian investors and Mike Braun's are going to be making a bunch of money off our back on the I-70. The same way and the same thing that happened to the I-80, the Interstate 80. And look at the Interstate 80 now. It's one of the shittiest roads to drive on. It throws your alignment off. You got to get new steer tires all the time. It's destroying trucks and cars. It's like, so there again, your money is getting more and more of your money is going out the window for other people to make millions, if not billions of dollars. And it's not right. So the middle class is slowly just losing. And I don't understand how people aren't waking up. I don't get it.
The thing is, like, it goes back to no accountability. Like the data centers, they don't give a fuck what we think about that. Right, and they're making it known.
Absolutely. And that's the thing, too, right? So that we look at the I-80 corridor that Indiana already has, right? And we're seeing what they're spending it on. I mean, do you know that the I-80 corridor for our tolls that we drive up and down to fix the road is now going to be, some of it's going to be allocated to building an NFL stadium, Chicago Bears. I mean, come on, guys. Like, I don't know about you guys, but unless you're really, truly a Chicago fan or a Bear fan, we probably won't even go and visit that thing, we're always out here running, madman across this country trying to feed our family. But yet, now we're not only trying to feed our family, we're also trying to feed the NFL. I mean, you make sense out of that. It's mind-boggling when we see where the wasteful money goes. The NFL makes enough money if they can't pay for their own stadium. And they have a problem. Maybe they should relearn how to budget their money. Kind of like what we have to do, right? When we can't afford to pay our mortgage, we don't get to go out on vacation, right? We gotta say, hey, we're not gonna take that vacation this week because our responsibilities are here. And I've just never understood it when I'm looking into researching and going, wow, man, this is horrible. This is like spitting in my face. While we're struggling, they're getting brand new courthouses. They're getting brand new hospitals that we're paying for, brand new police stations. Yeah, what do we get brand new out of it? We get nothing. We don't get nothing out of the brand new part. So these are the things that I look at. If we're broke, we say that we're struggling. What's the first thing you do is you stop spending. But when we see our government, they don't stop spending. They just keep spending more and more. And they're getting fancier things. We're just sitting over here just trying to struggle to get by and keep paying taxes on stuff that they want. And honestly, if we look at the last 10 years, 15 years even, it's more and more they're wanting. It's never, I was talking to a live last night that our fuel tax was supposed to end in 2021. Well, if we're not supposed to pay fuel tax on our roads, are supposed to be that great by then. Because that's what our forefathers did 30 years ago to say, hey, let's collect this tax. It's going to build up our roads. It's going to build our infrastructure. And then we make it disappear. But however, what we have in office today, they say, hey, you know what? We still need to use that money. Let's give $60 billion for the war that some people can agree with and a lot of people disagree with. So these are things that we look at. It's just, wow, shameful.
Disgusting. And when it comes to sports, you guys know what the Roman Empire did, right? When the people started waking up, I'm sure everybody's heard the story. When the people started waking up and seeing what the Roman Empire was doing with all that high tax dollars and all the corruption and trying to take over the world and everything else that human beings do, they created the circus. And they paid everybody in the circus a lot of money to entertain and distract the people. And I will tell you this, I used to be a huge NFL fan, right? I loved the San Francisco 49ers. I watched religiously. I spent, 8 hours a week. I bought all the gear. I did all that. When Colin Kaepernick did what he did, I was like, that's where I draw the line because I watch football to escape my life, right? Straight up. Like I care what those guys do, but I don't care what they do. I just want to watch them play, right? So long story short, when he started doing his whole protest, which regardless how you feel about it or how I feel about it, again, I didn't watch football to hear about politics or to hear how one of the players feel about something that's good or bad, right? So I stopped watching. And when I stopped watching because my country comes before football, when I stopped watching, I was like, you know what? Wow, I'm actually able to spend 4 hours with my kids now. I'm a week, extra. I'm actually extra. I can get things done around the house. I can better my life. I have more time to spend with my wife than I was watching football and spending all the time to watch football. So there's a reason that those players get millions and millions of dollars. It is to distract you. It is to take your precious time and your life away from you. And I'm not judging anybody that loves sports. Great, to each their own. I'm not judging anybody, but balance, right? To me, balance is really important in life. Ryan, welcome in, brother. How are you? Long time no see.
Tired, sleepy a little bit, getting ready for bed. How you guys been?
We're good, man. Did you see our protest over in at the state capitol in Indiana?
I have seen nothing because I have been so in my little cave.
No worries. No worries. Well, you're out of the cave now, though. You poked your head out.
for a moment, yeah.
Nice. You must be busy.
Yes, been up to.
Well, so the I-70, Mike Braun's the governor of Indiana. So the taxpayers they're fixing the Interstate 70, right? The Interstate 70 from the Illinois border to the Ohio border. They're fixing the roads, bridges, on-ramps, off-ramps. It's great. It's going to be $6.5 billion. Taxpayers are funding it. But Mike Bronze is going to go by 2029. He wants to toll it, make it 54 cents a mile for trucks. And then he's probably, we don't know this for sure, but similar to the Interstate 80, he's probably going to sell it to third party investors like Australian investors for their retirement. So eventually, not only did the taxpayers pay for it, but it's going to be tolled. And we're going to be giving our money to Australia, just like what happened on the Interstate 80. And then in 30 years, our roads are going to be shit again. So we went there to protest. We handed him the infrastructure bipartisan agreement from Joe Biden, and we hand delivered it to him, letting him know that we know what he's up to, and we don't want the Interstate 70 to be told after we already paid for it. It's bullshit, and it needs to stop. American money needs to stay in America.
I agree.
I love it.
Keep it at home. Keep it in our pockets.
That's right.
Not somebody else's.
That's right. Make our lives better. I'm tired of getting an alignment, 3 times a year. It's bullshit. And steer tires once a year. It should be once every 2 years I get steer tires, and it should be once a year I get an alignment. And there is plenty of tax money to make our roads smooth as butter, similar to Nevada and there's other states that have beautiful roads, but enough is enough, man. It's too much. I have a headache, bro. A headache from this. You know?
I have a headache from just being an American right now. It is hard, and I think the World Cup proved to a lot of the world just the BS we deal with.
Right. Right. Yeah, it's time for all Americans to stand up and to act and be patriotic. It really is. If we don't stand up now, I mean, we're that dog with in the 1700s we had free reign. Now we're the dog with like 2 chain links left. There's not very many chain links left in the leash around our collar. There's not. We think we're free. We're not free. This isn't freedom. This is tyranny. Tyranny 101. And we all know what the Constitution says about tyranny, what the Declaration of Independence says about tyranny. And again, we're not advocating for violence or any kind of crazy thing. But if enough citizens stand up and apply pressure to their representatives, we can get it changed. We can get the corporate giants and the global elites out. It's time for middle class to thrive again. It's time for small business to thrive. We would love to see small business be 90% of America, not 50%, maybe 40% now, huh? What do you think, small? Yeah.
I mean, I'm one of those small businesses with the whole, like all these little code projects you guys see me do. So yeah, no, I'd love that.
Right. And I would love for my money to go helping you make your business successful, not some third world country. You know what I mean?
Remember you said that, because I'm gonna hold you to it soon.
No problem. I'm a man of my word, brother. Shot you. Yeah.
There's actually it's one of the political cartoons I'm actually working on right now, and there's like this big vice, right? It's basically the polarities of liberty. So the ultra wealthy have the freedom to do what they want,
Mm-hmm.
and the ultra poor have the freedom to do what they want because they live simply, but they're struggling, right?
Right.
So
Right.
everybody in the middle class, we're the ones bearing all of that pressure.
You talk about the parabola meme.
I've never seen that.
It's like the genius versus the idiot sort of thing, like simple versus like the high level thinking.
How they're the same today, basically, which shouldn't be.
Yeah, exactly. The person at the bottom of the parabola and the person at the top of the parabola both say the same thing, and it's the person in the middle who's like, "Oh no, you have to do this and and all that."
Right. Right. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Cut out.
Shoot, I was going to say something about that. Trini Trucker says, "What's wrong with helping a third world country?" So, Trini Trucker, I'll tell you a story about 10 years ago. I saw this commercial, right? I lived in Truckee, California, and I saw this commercial on TV that said, "Hey, help the kids of Chicago. Help them get coats." The kids in Chicago don't have enough winter coats, right? There's families that are struggling. You can donate today. Here's a phone number. So my wife and I talked about it. We prayed about it. We didn't have much money. We were just scraping by paycheck to paycheck, but we felt bad for the kids of Chicago. We wanted to donate to them, right? We wanted to do something nice for them. So we call up the phone number and I said, okay, my wife and I agreed with it, whatever. We call up, we said, hey, what size do you need? And do you want a boy or a girl? Like what kind of jacket do you need? We'll go buy it, we'll ship it to you. They said, oh no. We only take credit card, check or Visa or whatever, right? And it didn't feel right to do that. We've never been those type of people. When we help people, we actually pay their bill. We don't like giving people cash or giving them money. We like to see the money at, not that we're judging anybody. We just like to pay the bill for them so that it gets done, you know? Well, we didn't feel right about it. We felt like this doesn't sound right. So I went to my pastor and I told my pastor the story. And you know what he said to me? And I'll never forget this. And I'm talking to you, Trini Trucker. He said to me, let me ask you a question, Vince. If you have money to donate, okay, you live in the state of California at that time. You live in the state of California. You live in Truckee. He goes, do you think that there's single moms here that need a coat for their child? I go, probably. He goes, are there homeless people here that might need a meal? I go, yeah, of course. There's homeless people everywhere. He goes, then what I want to ask you, Vince, is why are you donating 2,000 miles away when your fellow man or woman need help right next door to you? And I'm like, oh shit. Like I never thought about that before, right? So basically what he's saying is take care of you first, take care of your family second, take care of your neighbors third, your city fourth, your county fifth, your state sixth, your country seventh. And if you have more money to give after those first seven, then you go help a third world country. So that really stuck to me. And of course, we're all free. We can do what we want with our money, but that is what I'm choosing to do with my money first, is America first, because America is in trouble. Guys like Ryan need the help. Guys like me need the help. Sean needs the help. There's other small businesses that are struggling because taxes are so high, inflation is so high. So I am sorry for the other 8 billion people on the planet Earth. I truly am. I do wish we could help everybody, but we can't. This isn't a time to help third world countries when Americans are becoming homeless, when moms can't even feed their kids. It's happening all the time. 3 truckers a day are, because they can't make ends meet and they're working 70, 80 hours a week. So that's all I got to say about that.
Then we look at the trucking industry, right? There's 50,000 truck drivers that are homeless, whether they choose it or whether it be just, they jumped into knowing that, hey, I can have a house just roll down the road and survive. So, I mean, these are the things that you got to kind of look at, like what our industry's doing. And majority of the taxpayers' money comes from trucking, right? It's $1 trillion is what we pay a year. So if we're going to spend it, let's spend it on what we're collecting it for. Like, that's all we're asking. If you're collecting it to spend it on roads, spend it on roads. Let's not spend it where we feel like where our politicians say, hey, let's put it into our general fund. And then from there, we're going to dump it where we want to dump it at. So, I mean, this is why it's important. If we did something like that, we'd be in prison for a long time because they call it investment. You're taking it for one thing and spending it on power.
Yep.
On a cruise. It's what they're doing right now to us. But yeah, there's no consequences. So I think the moral of the story is if we're going to collect money to help Americans, let's keep that. And let's do what it's supposed to be for. If we want to do a tax to help a third world country, then say that. But when we're not utilizing it to where it's at, that's where we have a problem.
Right. When small businesses can't even pay those high taxes and they have to take business loans to make payroll, it's not because they're bad business people. It's because the taxes are too high because we're helping too many people. We can't do it anymore. We need our roads fixed first. We need our infrastructure to be smooth as butter. I mean, there's a lot of repairs that need to be done here before we help other countries. It's that simple. When every man, woman, and child is the middle class again, then we can go back to donating. It's not the same world. It's just like immigration. There's too many people. It's a different time. Grumpy Giggles, welcome in, man. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing all right so far today.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You sound a little down.
I slept for a while yesterday. I slept for a little bit, and I get real tired, so I went lay down. I didn't get back up until after midnight last night. My time.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Thank you, Sam, for the lightning bolt.
I sure do wish we had a great pension for you, Grumpy, for all the years of service you put into this country. I do.
It'd be nice, but it's one of them things, I probably could have paid into a 401k and things, but when you bounce around to a few companies to one's not treating you right, what's the use in having it unless you got one that rolls over to somebody else?
Right. Right. There's just, yeah, it's problem after problem, man, all by design. You know, it's too much. I didn't even know. What's that?
And I'm not real fond of the stock market anyhow. So
Yeah.
1K plays that method. I'm not real crazy about it.
I'm not
Why would we
either.
even do a 401k? Because they're talking about funding these data centers with 401ks and savings accounts.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. You can't. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. To me, gold and silver is all you can trust 100%. And when it's in your possession, you give another man, what's that?
And 556. Sorry.
That's of course freedom seeds, brother. Come on, freedom seeds for everyone. Woo! That's
I've
funny.
never heard the term freedom seeds, and I love it. I just that's good.
Freedom seeds, brother. 556 223.
Did you
The what?
you never saw the video, have you? Neither did you, Sean, because you didn't even like it.
I looked for it, but I didn't see something with Sean in there.
Yeah.
I seen it. I think they showed it to me.
How many? Oh, it's pinned. See, I didn't look at your pin because I figured you're pinned or you're most popular. Damn it.
Yeah.
All right.
When I release a new video, I pin my video up, and then I move on, drop the next one down, and move another one. There you go.
All right, let's go to Grumpy Giggles here. Grumpy.
Even on YouTube.
Well, I'll be.
All right, hold on. It's the pin. Which one is it? Oh, here it is.
There it is.
All right, hold on. Hold on, hold on.
Sean in the flesh. Well, I'll be. Grumpy Giggles, you're real. Sean in the flesh. Never thought I'd see your rig up close. Remember when a paper logbook was all we needed? Now it's tablets, apps, and satellites watching every mile. Back then, you fixed your rig with a wrench and grit. Now it's sensors and codes. Feels like the soul's gone digital. Guess some things never change. Roads still call, and we still answer. See you down the line, brother. This has been a Grumpy Giggles production. Hit that like, share it out, and comment for more. Leave your next video ideas below or message me directly. Thanks. Well, I'll be.
Dude, that is awesome.
I actually seen it, but I forgot to comment
That's cool,
on it.
man.
So now you see one of the reasons why I need a photo of you, brother?
Yes, I do. That is so awesome. Do you want one from Washington or just like this?
It just has to be you standing upright, decent, pose.
Yeah.
Smile if you want. I don't care.
Dude, that is rad. I don't know how you did that.
I'm just good at what I do.
That's funny. Oh my God.
And I never do anything bad for anybody. So if they send me something where I can make something, I will not ever make bad photos. So there won't be no, like if a lady sends me a photo, I do not create naughty looking photos or any of that.
Right, right.
That stuff, I keep it civil and I keep it where it's good content. I know that video has already gotten over 300 likes on it, so or 300 views.
Nice, nice.
How many likes it's gotten, but it's got.
Grumpy Giggles, you're real.
Well, don't forget, we are being censored nonstop. Anything trucking, and you are censored like crazy.
Speaking of that, I was just real quickly on. I actually joined up with a agency that actually helps us truck drivers. I just joined with them Sunday. From what I'm understanding, that the owner of the agency actually either used to be a trucker or owns a trucking firm, but I'm not very sure.
Okay.
But I'm sure you've already heard the word. It's called Jawa. I think it's Jawa Media or something like that. JAAH.
No, but I've been waiting for somebody. I've been waiting for somebody to give me a lawyer or someone that I can hire to like stop the shadow banning and the BS for free speech.
That's part of what they will help with doing with you.
What's it
I will
called?
send you. Well, what I'll do is I'll send you the ladies that's my agent. Just want to get in contact with me. You follow her.
Okay.
And you can go and chat with her and go from there, brother. I mean,
I'll-
it's your decision.
I'll hire her. I mean, you know, I've already been banned. We had 23,000 followers at that time. Some of the videos we make, like I know every video is not popular, but there's some videos that are just so great. I'm like, there's no way. There's no way. And it gets like 100 views. I don't think so. We're posting the right time of day. We're doing all the right hashtags and mentions and just BS. BS. And that's on every platform.
Before I had an agency, I usually got around 300 to 400 views off of my videos, and they're coming back up again. So
Nice.
that means I'm getting back out in the algorithm good.
Good.
But yeah, I will send you her. Her name is Mama Jen. I'll
Okay.
send it to you. Take it from there and talk to her, and just tell her I referred you, and see how well that works out.
Dude, please.
And the family.
Please don't forget, I'll hire her in a heartbeat. I've been waiting for somebody to find somebody that actually.
Well, that's
You
the
know.
thing of it. Is they don't take your money from you directly off of here. They take it from TikTok itself. So after TikTok,
That's fine.
So you don't pay out of pocket to nothing to them.
That's fine. And do you want a picture of me at Washington, or do you want a picture? Do you want a picture?
Just show me good standing like Sean sent to me. It'd be fine, brother.
Okay.
Also, I shared my personal number with you too. I didn't know if you saw that or not.
Oh no, I didn't. But
I've seen nothing back from you since I did that.
perfect. I'll go. Yeah, I'll go grab it after the live. Thank you. Let me see. I gotta do things while people are telling me, or I'll forget, man. Honestly, you know what? A lot of people don't understand with me. I get so many people that give me a lot of slack for forgetting stuff, but it's like,
Yes.
you know, I have 4 kids, I have a wife, and I run a business. So after this, I guarantee you I'm going to have to discipline the kids. The wife needs something. So my mind is just always everywhere. It sucks, you know? So yeah, I don't do it intentional.
And Sean joined me and Boss Man and a couple other drivers Sunday night. We'd love to have you join us too. Even if you can't stay the whole show, we would love to have you. The link I send you, when I do send you one, just copy the link, paste it into your browser, like Google, whatever. If you have an Apple, whatever browser you use,
Okay.
don't use Apple's app because the StreamYard app is still under beta version and doesn't work well.
Right.
We would love to have you and a few others come join us because, like I say, Sean was able to. Wild Child tried to join us, but I guess he couldn't figure it out. I told him I'd try to work with him.
Yeah.
But yeah, we had a little over 2 hour show on Sunday because it was so good. Boss Man hardly ever runs a 2 hour show. Usually it's about an hour and a half, actually.
Yeah.
We had a good show, and we're going to have another good one this coming Sunday.
Sean told me about it, and he told me you figured it out on YouTube how to make it similar to this. I'd love to get away from this app. This app is just, dude, I've had enough with this app. I really have.
Use a StreamYard works well. You can also
StreamYard.
stream over here, but you have to get a key. And then but you have to have an agency to get a key. So once you're able to get that, then you're able to get a key, and you can be able to stream over here as well through StreamYard.
Oh, I do Restream. Is StreamYard better?
Restream is where you can get your key because they'll get your key for you.
Oh,
It's only good that you have an agency to back you up.
What do you mean agency?
TikTok, as you know, agents and agency. That's what I was telling you about John Walk. Um, they're an agency and they have agents that work under them. So if you get a nanner or a restriction or something, you can contact your agent directly and talk to them, and they can go in and find out what happened and see if they can get it taken off. Because like man, he couldn't go live this morning for some reason, so he had to contact his agent real quick, and they took and fixed it real quick so he could be able to go live.
Okay.
Because he had some kind of restriction or something that wasn't going to allow him to go live. So that's something that's really good to have. That's why I'm saying, if you want, that's your choice. I can't make you, but I can introduce you to her, and she'd be glad to. In fact, let me send her an invite real quick so we can bring her in.
Okay. No, that'd be great.
Sweet.
On that note, I'm actually going to go off to bed, guys. I got to drive into NYC tonight, so wish me luck.
Oh, buddy. Good luck.
It's not hard.
I know, but it's. Are you going over to George Washington?
I don't think I actually have to this time.
Just be careful of those. What are they called, Grumpy? The sky, not the sky, the parkways. Be really careful of the parkways, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean, hey, remember, the app, it's a CMV navigation app. I ain't going on any parkways. I'm not worried.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome.
So enjoy your night, folks, and I'll see you next time.
You too, brother. Thanks for coming up. All right. Let's see. Ryan, he gone. All right. Let's see.
You know, I thought that like the fuel prices would have been enough to get the truckers to stand up because $5-6 a gallon, you know, when diesel used to be cheaper than gasoline when I was a kid. It's like, okay, so what's the break? Is it not bad enough yet? You got to pay $10 a gallon.
No, that's what I'm saying, dude. You know what I think it is? They have designed it so well that you are paycheck to paycheck. You are struggling so bad, right? And you're just barely surviving that they got your nuts right where they want you. Right?
Yes.
They got you right where you want you. You know why? Because every driver, every truck driver, every person in general that I say, hey, let's stand up. Let's do something about this. Let's act. Enough talking, action. To hell with talking about it. Everybody tells me the same thing. And I'm in the same boat too. I can barely survive. I have to pay my bills. That is the comment every time, hands down. And you know what I tell everybody, Shell? I say, dude, okay, if you're living paycheck to paycheck and you're not able to save money and you budget well and you're working your ass off 80, 90, 100 hours a week, what's the point anyway? If you are losing slowly, if you're losing your house slowly, if you're losing your car slowly, if you're falling behind on bills, if you're spending all your credit cards just to keep afloat, you're taking loan after loan after loan just to stay afloat, then you don't have anything anyway. You're about to lose everything anyway in about 5 years. So what is the point? Why not gamble and try to win everything by risking losing everything, right? It's kind of like the same relationship with God or with a relationship, or you know what I mean? It's like that. It's like in all the movies where they risk everything to try to win something. I'm not saying actual gambling, you know what I'm saying? Um, Dude, I mean, if okay, for example, let's say you just completely stop working and you go and you fight for more freedom, better rights, and more money for yourself, right? And to get out these corporate giants, these global elites, whatever. And we all win, right? But you lose your car in the process, right? You lose your car, your credit's shitty, whatever. Well, what if all of a sudden now after about 6 months, you start making 4 times more than you are right now, and you have the freedoms to do a lot more with your life. You're not as restricted as you are now. Then you'll just get that car or a better car back in 6 months. So who cares? They're just things. Things don't matter. Your pursuit of happiness is what matters. And it's all over the Constitution. Just look at it. Everybody looks at the government like, oh, save me, save me. They're the ones that are part of ruining everything because we've given them too much power.
I totally agree with you on that one, brother. 100%.
Yeah.
Like I said one time before, I do not trust our government at all.
I don't think I've met anybody in the last year that does. Everybody on the docks, they all say the same thing. Like, I don't trust the government. I don't trust the media. You know,
No matter which way they lean, left or right, I just
Yeah.
don't trust them. 'Cause
Same here.
They're there for money and money only.
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't know how it ever became like that, because to be a representative, to be a congressman or a senator in your state, that's supposed to be honorable. Or a mayor or a governor or a sheriff. Did you know your sheriff's oath of office is actually the person to save your freedoms? Your sh-
Yeah, it's one of the highest constitutional officers in the land.
Correct. Your sheriff is more powerful than the president of the United States. Seriously. Your president or your sheriff is where you go. If any of your constitutional rights are being stomped on, that's who you go to. And uh, uh, if he does not agree with you, if you have a valid claim, then you can throw his ass out. You know what I mean? Citizens just aren't as, they don't feel like they have any power, and they actually have all the power. We have all the power. The people have the power.
Part of
Well,
that,
here's the problem. I'm sorry.
see, part of that problem that exists because the government has made a good bluff on all of us Americans, and the majority of the Americans have bought into it, that if they do fight for their rights and freedoms, then they somehow get arrested and thrown into prison. That's why a lot of them are scared.
Right.
You know, something I've been noticing, like this, these debates, you know, like the news really like switches the narrative. What's your qualifications for running for office? Like, bro, you need to go back in time. Like, I don't have to be qualified. Look at home dude out of, the guy that had the big turkey on the side of his neck and he got to remove Fetterman.
Yeah.
He wasn't qualified to run for office. The guy wears jumps, like a sweatshirt, a hoodie,
Yeah.
in office. Like, we shouldn't have to have like this focus on what are your qualifications. Now, if you have, if you're basically dumb, don't get in there because we already have plenty of those.
Yeah.
If you actually care and know what the hell is going on, get your ass in office. Me personally, I gave up everything. I am living in my truck so I can become debt free, and I'm gonna get out of this game by buying some property and being a landlord because I love trucking, but man, this is not what I'm gonna be doing for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Or what you're saying is you've been a BJ and a bear for a while. I think the bear.
You know what? And it also goes to, how are we helping our fellow brothers and sisters? I'll give you an example. I always told God, if I ever do become wealthy, that I will pay it forward, right? I will help somebody, because lots of people have helped me. Trust me. Lots of people have helped me and my family out before. When I got hit by a drunk driver and lost everything, I received a lot of help. When my son was sick, I received a lot of help. So, anyways, my father just passed away, and he has four units on one lot. Right, there are two commercial buildings and two residential buildings. My mom still lives in one. She rents out the two commercial buildings. That's her money. It's all her property anyway. But the other residential house that used to be my grandparents, she just gave it to. She just inherited it to me. She said I don't have to wait till she passes away. She wants me to enjoy the rent money from it. So you know what I did? I put a really good friend in it for $1,000 a month, and in that area where the property is, I could get $3,700 a month for it. But I'm giving it to him for $1,000. Why? Well, first of all, I'm going to take that $1,000 and just put it into the property, because my dad kind of wore down the property. It's long story, Vietnam, PTSD. He didn't upkeep the property very well because he had a lot of problems from war. But anyways, we're going to fix up the property with that rent money. And not only that, my friend that I'm putting in there, he's done a lot of good things for a lot of people, including me, over the years, and he's gotten nothing in return. Nobody has ever helped this guy out. He's a great guy. All he does is give and give and give, and a lot of people take advantage of him. So I'm like, you know what? Enough is enough. His dad, my friend's dad, right now is getting elderly and close to the end, and it's basically, I'm getting him closer to his dad, so he only has to work part time. He can actually breathe for a second. I mean, Los Angeles County is insane, you guys. A two-bedroom apartment is almost $3,000 a month. So this is a two-bedroom house that I'm giving him for $1,000. So, do I need the $3,700 a month? Yes, but I personally cannot take a bunch of money off somebody that's just desperate, that needs a little bit of help, right? And we all need a little bit of help. None of us can afford these rents right now. These rents everywhere is stupid. It's stupid. It's ridiculous. Rent is supposed to be, in the 1930s, rent was about 11% of an average salary, no, regardless what the industry was. In the 1940s, it was 20%. In the 1950s, it was 30%. It just kept, today, it's like 85% of your income is going towards a rent or a new mortgage. And it's ridiculous. I don't know, and I'm not judging anybody. If there's some property owners out there that are charging the max, I am not judging you. All I'm saying is I don't have it in my heart to do that to other people. I don't. I don't. It was given to me. My grandpa earned it, paid it off. My friend is going to help me fix up the property for free, basically. So why not help somebody? You know, we have a few business owners that come on here, and you know who you are, and they say that they've paid off their house, they have nice cars, they have nice everything. They're able to take their wife on vacation 5 times a year, but they have cheap labor outside of the United States. Again, I am not judging you, but if I ever own a huge corporation, there is no way I'm going to buy a fifth Ferrari off cheap labor outside of the United States, off other countries. I would rather have one Ferrari, but my 10 American employees have a good, average, decent American dream for themselves. I mean, how much money do we need, guys? How much money do we really need? That Ferrari ain't going to make you happy anyway. If you don't have a friend to enjoy it with, if you're an asshole, and all you do is keep buying shit for yourself, you're not going to have any friends.
Well, the problem is a lot of people are jaded. They're jaded to the way things are. And that's why this country right now is ripe for communism or socialism. Because
Right.
people are struggling, and these politicians make these promises. And they're like, oh, this sounds better than what we have right now. Well, guess what? It's not. It's not. They're just empty words. And right now, we are primed for that shit.
Do you?
And that's the thing, right? A lot of people think the president has more power than Congress may. You know, I would say the sheriff and the president has about equal, right? So all they can do is sign certain executive orders. But we've even seen executive orders that he signed that hasn't even done anything, right? Look at the non-domicile part of it. Are we really seeing change in the industry? You know, that he's claiming that he's done. So I mean, you know, I think the more we vote, I think is more for our congressmen. You know, let's send those guys that's actually going to work. And somebody hit it in here. I think it was just a little bit ago saying, you know, it's not what you look like. It's not about the color. It's not about the clothes you wear. It's not about how you represent yourself. What I mean, it is about how you represent yourself of what you're going to do for our country. Like, it doesn't matter if you're, you know, missing teeth or whatever. We always look at that guy that we're going to send to Congress. Oh, he's got a suit and tie on. He looks like he's business and he's this. But in reality, once he gets there, he's all about the money.
Yep.
You know, he's getting paid off by lobbyists. They go in broke and they come out richer than ever. You know, and we've seen that, right? Vince has done some videos on TikTok here showing
Senators.
are actually,
Yep.
you know, and they say, well, it's because they invested. Well, I can tell you this: there ain't no way you're getting investment of a turn. I mean, our own country can't do that, right? Or our own states. We look at Indiana, you know, with the bonds that they invested of $3.8 billion for the I-80 toll road. And now we're looking at research right now, trucking history just sent it to me, showing that basically they admitted, hey, you know what, we wasted that $3.8 billion that we sold that to Australia, and we had $500 million left, and we invested it into Indiana people. But yeah, they ain't getting the return fast enough. So now they're wanting to get into the bonds because they know it's a crooked industry, basically. So they'll sell bonds to other states, and then they're going to collect that money to make a return on it. And it's not right. So I always tell everybody, when you're going to go vote this year, to send somebody to Congress, make sure you're sending the right person. Make sure you're sending somebody that's it's all about the, you know, your state and what they're going to do for the people, because we've been voting on you know, nice clothing. We're voting on, you know, the right color. We're voting on everything that what society wants us to vote on, and we still don't vote on for, okay, this is the person that needs to go in there to clean up the act of everything that's going on. is to say, study the person, understand what they're trying to do, what they're going to do, and support them. If they're saying, hey, we're gonna change something in the state that's going to best benefit you. I mean, I know there's a lot of guys that are trying to change property tax, right? They don't want to have to pay property tax anymore. And some of them are hitting on that. Yet there's some of them that sitting on it saying, hey, we're going to take the property tax, but now we're going to raise 3% on your groceries. It's like, well, guys, wait a minute. You just took money from one and you just redirected it to something else. How about we just say, hey, stop wasteful spending, and look into your states, right? Like I live in South Dakota, and I can tell you we're one of the richest states in the country because we put bonds in there. But then you got to look at how are we so rich? Well, where are you getting the money from? We pay exile tax at 2% on overall. Exile tax was actually designed for World War I. Why are we still paying for something that we're not even in war with that? So these are things that people can get involved and say, hey, I'm writing my congressman, and enough is enough. So when you're doing it, you don't really have to be a politician, right, to get power change. I always like to say that, I ran for a politician. I was going to be a county commissioner, but I got more stuff done and more effectively being not a politician because I knew how to write the letters and send out the right messages and get involved. Everybody has like an FB group, right? Talking about how the neighbor didn't mow the grass and the dog's pooping on their lawn and all these little areas that they, just talk on it. Instead of saying about that, why don't you redirect them to saying, hey, you know what? This is a guy we want to run for. This is a guy that you want to vote for. This is what he's doing. And get that encouragement out. I mean, like I said, you don't have to be a politician to get change in your state or in Congress. You just have to have that voice, that power, and put that work in. I mean, and it ain't a lot of work. Now we have AI. You can generate messages and get them out there. So, I mean, it's a lot easier than what it was back in the day when you had to go knock on doors and say, hey, this is the politician we want you to vote for, or hey, I need your support. We can get out there. We can reach millions of people real quick time. So I always just recommend everybody get involved. Make sure you're voting for the right person, and let's make a change. And it starts with us. And trucking is the biggest industry, right? We're the strongest out of all of them, out of every other industry that you look at. So why would they want to attack trucking the way they're doing it? Absolutely. Well, you can't change power if truckers are fighting against each other, saying, "Oh, it's because you drive a Freightliner. It's just because you done this." So we have those arguments. So yeah, like I said, that's what I encourage.
Sean, did you know it as a cashier at a truck stop, you cannot buy a lottery ticket? Did you know that? Did you also know that at a casino, if you are an employee at a casino, you cannot gamble at that casino? I wonder why that is. So maybe our representatives should just get their 167,000 or their 1 million a year, like what the president gets. Maybe they should just there should be a rule or a law, not a rule. There should be a law where, hey, you are not allowed to make more than this. You are not allowed to invest at that time. So if you want to be a representative in your state, you cannot, that 4 years or that 8 years or however long you're in, you cannot make money, and your family can't make money or your friends. The same as the lottery.
We look at volunteer firefighters, right? I mean, look at them. They're running buildings to save lives for our country. They're part of the service. And I think politics should be the same way. You're doing something for your community. You're doing something for your state. You should want to just volunteer to make change the right way. So I mean, yeah, I think the money that they're getting paid is way over craziness. While we're paying for their whole family's health insurance, there's a lot of people that can't afford insurance. Why are we paying a politician for his whole family or his family for insurance? And it's just a smack in the face, right? These are the things that we have to look at and go, hey, you know what? Let's not stand for it anymore. Why are we paying them $187,000 a year to meet once a month for something that you can pretty much do now online? It's not like they have to fly in and say, hey, let's have these conversations face to face. And again, I say technology is well far advanced that we should be getting text messages and emails saying, hey, this is what we want to change today. What's your thoughts on that? Yes or no? And then that's all you send back. And then they make decisions off of that because we are the people. I mean, without us and without taxpayers' money, Congress doesn't make any money. The government doesn't make any money. They're not a business ran organization. But yeah, now we're seeing them that they are. States are even getting to where they're all like, hey, you know what? We're going to invest your taxpayers' money so we can make a profit. And I think that's where we went wrong. We got to hold it back to accountable, saying, hey, you can spend what we give you guys. You don't need to take our money and reinvest in something else.
Yeah.
You want more money to pay for other things. So
A congressman makes $167,000 a year. I make $120,000 a year, and I support a family of 6. I support myself, a wife, and 4 children, and we have a pretty decent life. Is it paycheck to paycheck? Yes. We budget well. Yes. We don't consume and buy, things we don't really need, hardly ever. Okay. So if we could support a family of 6 off in the Lake Tahoe area, in the Reno area, off 120,000 a year, then a congressman can do it at 167,000 a year. And one last thing, we are going to close down the live. I'll give you guys a last talk if you want, but I was talking to a guy on a dock the other day, a forklift driver, and you know what he told me as he was loading me? We were talking about the flock cameras. We were talking about dflock.com, where if you see a flock camera, go ahead and go to dflock and put it in there so we know where all the flock cameras are. Well, he told me, he said, wouldn't it be a great idea for the government's safety if we had cameras, video, and audio in every single representative's office, in the president's office, in the White House, in the House of Representatives, in the House of Representatives building, in the IRS building, every governor's state capitol, every senator's office, every judge's office, every treasury's office. Wouldn't that be a great thing? The Supreme Court. I mean, it is public information, right? It is the people's office. The White House, that is your White House. You pay for that. The IRS building, all those, but the ATA, the FMCSA, Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration, he was saying we need video and audio in every single Sean Duffy's office, Derek Barr's. I mean, it is for the public, right? There should be no conversation that any American citizen should be able to observe and be a part of, right? And I was like, wow, that's a great idea. Let's get something like that going for their safety, of course, right? Then, if the American people know what's going on at any given time, you punch in your name, you go to the website, flockcamerasforthegovernment.com, and you go in there and you put your name as an American citizen, you put your social security number and your birth date, that's your login information or whatever, you get in there and you can search whatever video camera of any representative that you want. I thought that was a great idea. What do you guys think?
Actually, easier than that. If you turn over your license, look on the back, you'll see a barcode. We all have barcodes. We already have our information in the system. We can implement a new voting procedure where we vote from our phone. We can implement a new thing where we sign into their systems through our little scan on the back part our card. Like, they've already implemented it. Why don't they, push it forward? They've already given us our barcode.
I love it. Yeah.
So I was actually helping to design a blockchain voting system where using the blockchain, it of course it's probably requires some kind of a digital ID, but you can. The idea is to be able to trace your vote, and same with your tax dollars. Like each year, you get a bubble sheet. Like say you got a flat tax on your, your consumption tax, you got a flat tax. These things cover your basic necessities like law enforcement, stuff like that. But each year you get a bubble thing on your phone, a little checklist of what you want extra tax dollars to go to. And essentially, it's basically managed by AI enforcement, where if it's misdirected by authorization of a congressman, then you get an automatic refund for the amount that was misdirected, and that person's name is publicly known.
I like it. I think folks should maybe think about making some videos on this and get something like that implemented. That way, any given time, like right now, state of Nevada, right? I am a resident of the state of Nevada. My congressman and my 2 senators and our president And let's see who else. I don't know. We should be able to at all times go in there and look. And of course, it's encrypted, so people in other countries can't look. But I don't see why that's not a thing. You know, we should get that going. And we can get it going as the American people if we choose to do so. Whatever we choose to do, whatever we want to do, we can have that. We need to stop asking permission for everything and just being more free. It's like it's like we're so brainwashed and programmed to ask, well, can we do that? Are we going to get sued? Am I going to get in trouble? Why do we say that all the time? If you're doing the right thing, we all know what the right thing is. Sure, there's some gray areas, but most things are black and white. You know what I mean? So enough is enough. Thank you so much for everybody joining. We're going to give Pastime his last rites. Yep, there it is. There it is. I just scanned it. Thank you.
Hey, when are you on, man? When are you guys on?
We're on Tuesdays. We're on Tuesdays, 10 a.m. Pacific. Fridays, 5 p.m. Pacific. TikTok, Facebook, X, and YouTube. And then we have roundtable meetings on Fridays at 2 p.m. If you're interested in getting involved and you want to hear some more private stuff, some more serious stuff, some stuff that we're doing, you're more than welcome to come to that, but you got to get a link for it. So DM myself or Sean, and we can give that to you. And then we have our barbecues that we're doing every 15th of the month by Freakin' Truckin'. And we are getting involved there, just handing out free food to truck drivers, talking to them about giving them the QR code for the mental health booklet that we have. There's this great website, wethetruckers.com. If you haven't been there yet, there's a lot of trucking advocates here that are making change in the industry and fighting very hard. You have two of those people up in the comments right now. But anyways,
I'll shoot you a message.
Okay.
Well, when I park, but
yeah,
yeah, like I've actually already designed as far as the crypto voting and all that. Like I've already designed like political sketch, like cartoon sketches of this using AI, like how
Wow.
it's gonna look on your phone. So like I got this whole thing written out. But yeah, I'll check
Awesome.
it out, man. But I'm glad I found you guys.
Awesome. Yeah. So just remember Tuesdays 10 a.m., Fridays 5 p.m. is our regular scheduled lives. We do lives here and there too. If we're doing like a protest at a state capitol, we go to Washington, D.C. and protest, trying to meet Trump to talk to him because everybody around him is probably gatekeeping him from what's going on. We go to the FMCSA, Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration. We go to Aurora. We're going everywhere. We're doing a tour all over the country, calling out the corruption, similar to like what Nick Shirley did. We're just trying to get people to wake up, Shell. Like, wake up, get involved somewhere. Even what you're doing right now is helping. Like, you being a part of this show helps us get into the FYP, right? So it's this is the Truckers channel. This isn't our channel. We welcome everybody in here. We don't let anybody get insulted or put down for their ideas or their views or their thoughts. Whether you're red or blue, up or down, like, we don't care. It's all about trucking, and it's all about American freedoms and saving America, America first. So thanks for being a part of this, Shell, and everybody watching. Go give Shell a follow, and thanks for coming in, brother. All right, we'll see you later.
Nice.
All right. Grumpy, any last words, sir? Real quick about this Sunday thing. I'll do my best to try to make it. Yeah, I didn't know that was a permanent live of yours. Dude, I'll do my. What time is it?
It's Boss Man that does it on Sundays.
Oh, Boss Man.
Truck City Media.
On YouTube?
Yeah.
Let me see if I even am subscribed to him. YouTube. Boss Man.
No, Truckin. It's TRUCKIN without the G.
Okay.
City Media.
Trucking City Media.
Yeah.
Media.
He came to the round table there a couple weeks ago.
Yep. Oh, dude. Does he have, is that his emblem?
Yep, that's him. That's my good friend. We've been friends for almost 4 years now.
Okay, I just subscribed and let him know. I'd love to be a part of that. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, I just subscribed. Cool. I can't believe I wasn't. There's a lot of people on YouTube or Facebook that I think I'm subscribed or following them, but I'm not. So
Very similar to you in a way, except for you mix Paul Harvey and what's that guy's name? It was real popular. Had a talk show.
uh Joe,
No, try again. Not Joe Rogan.
for trucking,
No,
Charles Claiborne.
Rush Spinall.
Oh,
yeah.
Rush Limbaugh. You know,
He's a mixture of the two.
did you know Rush?
The rest of the story.
Did you know Rush Limbaugh is self-educated? So, like, one of you was saying something about a politician shouldn't have to have a college education, shouldn't have to have some kind of, millions of dollars to get a campaign going. Any of us should be able to run, and that's true. You just have to be at least have common sense and be self-educated. There's a lot of great people that are self-educated, if you know what I mean. It's common sense. I consider it just common sense.
I am on a lot of things too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Dude, there's a lot of people that have only finished the fourth grade that are self-taught, self-educated. They figured out things for themselves. Just because you have a college degree doesn't make you better than someone else.
Hey, Vince,
Yeah.
go ahead and try sharing the live. Did you know that it actually says that you cannot share this live and not repost?
Why not?
Take a screenshot of it, right?
Oh, it's because I played Grumpy's video and it said I was having unoriginal content.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about that, but whatever. I mean, we were close to the end of the live anyway, so.
It just gave you restrictions what it did, didn't it?
Just for this live, yeah. If I were to cancel and come back, end the live and come back, it would be fine. But whatever, you know. It is what it is, dude. I really hope there's somebody out there trying to start an app right now for truckers similar to this. Like start an app where we can literally similar to X, we could pretty much say whatever we want. That's what we need. That's what we really need.
I
Yeah.
don't know who that would be. No idea.
I had another friend that was trying to do the same thing, but when he went to dig into finding out how much it cost,
Well, that's the problem.
put up space and stuff, that's expensive. What's going to cost?
That's the problem is we've all been raked over the coals so hard with giving money to try to better the industry, but sorry about that, but that person or persons raked truckers over the coal. They made a bunch of money and they bounced, right? We've had so much of that, the truckers don't trust anything. So it's like for us to create something great, we've just got to figure it out on our own somehow financially and get it running, and then truckers will come. It's difficult, man, and I don't blame truckers for that. There's been
Think
a lot.
back to whenever we talked about the school thing. I mean, I technically graduated in 96 when I was supposed to graduate in 98 from high school. I graduated in 96 with a GED. So I went in and took my GED test and passed it. So, I wouldn't have to worry about it because during that time, my grandparents were footing the bill for me to get back and forth to the special school I was going to. And I couldn't see them spending all that money for gas back and forth. So I went ahead and took my GED. Passed it.
Right. Hey, that's just as good. What's wrong with that? Congratulations. That's great.
I was very successful for all these years up until my health failed. So,
Hey, I have 3 years in college. I almost have a bachelor's in advanced psychology. And here I am, an owner operator making more money. So it doesn't mean anything, really. Garwaki says 37 years out here. Wow, dude. Thank you so much for your service, Garwaki. I hope I said that right. Thank you for all those years of service, brother. If you'd like to come up on our next live and talk to us, we would love to have you. You are the type of drivers we definitely want to talk to because you're the one with the wisdom, man. I only have 12 years myself, so we need to learn from you if you're willing. Grumpy, thanks for coming up, brother, and I will make it. Huh?
don't forget to check your DM after you get done here.
I will. I'm going to program your number in my phone. I'll shoot you a text. All right?
All right, bro. Appreciate
Cool.
it.
All right, brother. Later. All right, guys, that's Grumpy Giggles. If you're not following him yet, go check out his videos. He's also on YouTube. I think he's on Facebook too. Go check him out. Pastime. Any last words, brother from another mother?
Well, I want to put something out real quick and just when people think about this for a minute. So when we got into this conversation earlier about bribes, right? I started digging. Did you know it's against the law to bribe any senator or representative at all?
I mean, that
How the hell
makes
does lobbying work? I'm just curious. How does that work? How did they get around it to go lobby?
because it's a gift. It's not a bribe.
That's right.
No, when you actually read the statute, any money that is offered towards them or any gift that's offered towards them that doesn't have some sort of business advertisement on it, that's actually a bribe in a court of law. So I was looking at it, I was like, holy shit, like lobbying's against the law.
So how do we stop that as an American citizen?
I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, I guess we unite. I don't know. If we united and we all said, hey, we see what you're doing, and we're coming after you.
Ooh. Sorry, brother. I just mic'd you. I meant to give you a gift. There you go. Sorry. Sorry. I meant to give you a gift, dude. They took my gifting away too. Weird.
They take everything away if they enter your room.
That's okay. We're making waves, dude. They can do whatever they want. They're not going to stop us.
Well, that gets me to another point. You know, I wouldn't happen to know anybody out there that's actually designing another platform that you know you can speak freely on. I wouldn't have a clue.
I'm talking about
This
lives.
particular person
Yeah.
literally, you know, just is looking for people to join before they actually go and start investing that much time. Because it's not a lot of money, so to speak. It's
Like
more
free?
time to develop that.
Mm.
You know, that's part of the reason that you may or may not have to make an account because, well, you can't have your own profile if you don't have an account. And if you're on that page, you might have seen that you have to have your own profile, and it actually is connected to you. But that's here nor there. I mean, it may or may not be in the works. Who knows?
Yeah.
But it's kind of, you know, we're tinkering with it a little bit, but we're not gonna do much with it if nobody's actually going to use it. So,
Right. Right. It's the same old dog and pony show, brother. How do you reach the people? How do you reach the people when you're being censored? When these folks are putting the boot on your neck? Because that's what's happening to all of
when you're
us.
not censored, you got a bunch of people that come up and they want you.
End it? Of course.
They're
Haters.
either
Trolls.
jealous or they're. I can't really place my hand on it because everybody says, oh well, we need this, we need this, we need this, and you go and take your time, you put effort into it, and you know you get really pushback in the end from everybody that says that they need something. Like,
But that's human nature, brother. If you understand human nature, that's how people are. So the only way to really help people is to give them something for nothing and get nothing in return. It is. It's the same thing Jesus did when he walked the earth. Don't expect anything in return, and people are still going to walk all over you. That is the only way to be successful, in my opinion, and to actually get the ball moved. That's the only way is to do it selflessly, do it with getting nothing in return and not getting recognized for it. And that's what people are jealous of. People are jealous when you have that attitude and you have a strong light. That's where people want to tear you down, right? It's happened to all of us and it keeps happening to all of us. And that's okay. When you have
I made a video on it the other day, and it's pretty much, you know, human nature is that they don't care if it's not involving them, if it doesn't
I know.
impact them in any way, if it doesn't bother them.
I know. Yet it is every day. Yet they're getting taxed 40% and they just keep driving. Yeah, like me. Like me. You know.
I don't get it. Like, if it won't work, then why don't they go away? Why don't they leave me alone? Like, just
Yeah.
go do their own thing. Like, I don't know. Everybody says that, you know, nobody's out here trying to do anything, and I've been out here a long time, but I get more pushback from those that say that they need change than those that, you know.
That's because people are hurt too. People are hurt and frustrated, you know?
There's always snakes in the grass. Let's just put it that way. When we say that, there's always people that are always going to be in your life, wanting you to see you say that they want to see you see, but in reality, they're looking for their own best interest. So, you know, the best advice I could give on that is watch who you let in your corner, right? If you surround yourself around positive, you're going to get positive results, right?
That's what
I have.
And
That's right.
Like,
Yeah.
you know.
Well, and that's the That's the thing. Like, even when I do my business, everything I do in my whole life, right, it's all around positive, right? And I guarantee you, when Vince starts talking negative to me, I'm gonna start. Hey, we can always find a positive, right? If we can always find a rabbit hole that needs to be dug deeper, you send me and Vince down that rabbit hole, we're gonna dig it that deep.
Yep. It's annoying sometimes, but it's necessary. He's not wrong. He's not wrong.
So what I'm saying though is if you're telling people, hey, join my website, right? They don't move on. There's somebody out there. There's 4 million people that you can reach to. It's like when I go. I call it networking, right? I go on to people's lives and I say, hey, you know what? I'm just a fellow driver out here trying to network with the rest of my drivers. You'd be surprised how many people are like, hey, let this guy have a box. They want to listen. They want to. There's few on TikTok that's always got negativity. And I just don't surround myself around them. And then when they do say something negative, I go fix the problem just so that way when they say something negative, they can't. I'm hoping one day they're going to become a positive person, but I won't waste my time. I won't invest.
Healthy boundaries. Healthy boundaries.
Absolutely. Yeah. These are the things that some of the best advice I could give you is when you just tell them, move on to the next one, because there's going to be those few that's going to be like, hey, you know what, I'm going to support you. I'm going to do whatever that I can do in my power. And those are the people that we want to find every single day. That's why we do what we do. It's finding these people. So I wouldn't give up. I would never give up. It's something that you put your heart, your soul into it. It's just, keep on searching. I always say the soulmates out there, you had to search your whole life for that, and you found the right person. It's the same thing when it comes to business as well. Trying to get them people to help, you have to search for them. But and always say, hey, look, you tell them, you give them it, and you want them to encourage themselves to come in. You don't want to have to keep chasing them same people over and over again to say, hey, we want you to join our website, right? You just give it and then you move on, and you'll find them. I've talked to.
You can't force people. Yeah, you can't force people. You got to just give them the hand, and if they don't take the hand up, you go look for somebody else that will take the hand out. And I'll tell you this, Sean just helped me notice something this morning. For like what, Sean, 4 or 5 months now, Sean and I both have been opening doors for drivers, talking to drivers, grabbing the door for them. And I didn't notice it till he said something this morning. He's like, dude, everywhere I go, people are, we always say it on the live, hey, open the door for someone, say hi to a driver, thank a driver, right? And I didn't really notice it until he told me about it this morning. He goes, dude, everywhere I go, people are opening the door for me. And you know what? I'm noticing that too. The last couple of weeks I've been out on the road, not a lot. It's like 30% of the time, but it used to be zero. So you'd be surprised. Being truck drivers, you got to remember, if you open the door for someone in Nebraska, right? That driver is going to be in Florida in 3 days. So they're going to return the favor, possibly, right? 75% chance they're going to open the door for someone and pay it forward in Florida. And then that person's going to be in California in 5 days. And so it's going to get around quick as truck drivers. It's not like we're in just one city at a time. We're everywhere all the time. That's why handing out business cards and stickers to drivers is the most powerful thing. To hell with social media and the news and all that. Let's go one-on-one. And it's working. It's actually working. It doesn't take much to destroy someone's life and be negative, and it also doesn't take much to be positive and make someone smile and make someone feel like they mattered. Like I just said to this dude, this driver, where is it? Garwaki. He said he has 37 years out here in the industry. Thank you, brother, for all those years of driving. Because when I was a kid, you were driving our Christmas presents to me. You were delivering food to my parents. You were delivering the copier parts to my dad to go to work to support me. So I appreciate that, man. Thank you. And you know what, guys and gals? That probably feels good for him to hear that. All right. 99.9% chance that feels good. He probably hasn't been thanked in a long time. So let's keep it going. Let's keep it moving.
Maybe we should start. Like I'm thinking of something. Because when I'm walking through the grocery store, I always think the man with the hat that says, Marine Corps, sex division, whatever, blah blah blah. Maybe we should start something for truckers where we design hats specifically for them, and they can order them that
Ooh.
their years of service when they started, and basically their CD handle, and maybe they're walking around the store and they can be thanked too for their service.
Dude, that's amazing. And I have a friend actually, he's getting ready to start a business with stickers, t-shirts, keychains, hats, shirts. He's getting ready to start the business in my grandpa's where the Italian deli used to be. So we could get a huge discount. That's amazing. That's a really good idea,
Yeah,
Sean.
you can also
We got to write that down.
sign up for the webpage too. Like
That's true.
there you go, and we get the advertise storefronts too as well. So
Right. I love it.
it's just
Great idea.
like I'm just trying to get people to figure out something that gets people's attention so that we can get unity. Because after we get unity, this shit's over.
They know. We know and they know. That's why they've taken CBs out of the truck. That's why they've given us these phones to look down instead of looking straight forward and talking to people. They love it the way that it is. They love
People are
it.
a little bit different. Little bit different. They took me out of the truck for a bit different of a reason. It's got more to do with, we'll just say, low frequencies and high wattage.
Every time I go to the park, pastime, every time I go to the park, I actually get out and I play with my kids at the park, right? And again, I'm not judging anybody who doesn't, right? That's a break for a lot of moms. That's a little break to have their kids at the park and go run out their energy. But you know what I see 99% of parents doing? They're glued to the phone. They're literally glued to the phone. They're not even watching their kids. So
What I
it's
just said is kind of in code, and the older drivers actually understand it. But there's such a thing as a kicker, and they can't move forward with the technology they're trying to put forward with these. We'll just say robots, right? If we still have the ability to get out and touch somebody, and anybody that
ham radio.
well, I wasn't gonna say it because it's
You know, there's a reason they just outlawed the bow fang. They just outlawed the bow fang. Why is that? Communication is key, man. Communication is everything. It's more powerful than a pew pew. If you can't communicate, you got nothing. Anyways, we got to get going. Pastime for a Change. If you haven't checked him out, go check out pastimeforachange.com. Great website. If you want to help the industry, go sign up.
EFAC.
What is it?
EFAC.
PTFAC. PTFAC. Yeah, perfect.
It's just the abbreviation.
Perfect. PTFST.
EFAC.
Let's drop it in the chat. PT. Hold on. There we go. All right. Thanks for coming up, Pastime, and we'll talk to you on the next one. Call me later if you want.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm coming through Salt Lake tonight, by the way. I'm coming through Salt Lake tonight. I forgot to. I was going to call you this morning, but yeah, I'll call you later. I'll call you after.
Are you stopping or?
Yeah, I'll be a Freightliner for a day.
Okay.
I got to get a overhead, and I got to get my DPF filter baked or replaced. I don't know how bad it is, but my one box is starting to, so
I got a spare bed if you want to crash.
we'll see. We'll see what time I make it. Cool. All right, brother. See you on the next one.
All right, man.
All right.
Have fun. Don't forget to write send postcard. Bye bye now.
All right, guys. That's Pastime for a Change. PTF. Wait. Hold on. PTFAC.com. Also, don't forget, I Drive for Change. Go check out I Drive for Change over at WeTheTruckers.com. It's a great website. Bada bing, bada boom. Moonshine, what's up, brother? How you doing?
Hey, you need to look into joining, pairing up with one of those creator people on Facebook on the Tiki Talk.
What are you talking about?
I forget what their actual name is, but they like if you get a black mark because something was said or
Dude, I've been looking for a year.
Those people right there fix all them problems for you. Like if you would have been hooked up with one of those when your account got yanked,
Yep.
they probably could have your account back for you. Talk to Matt. Ask Matt how you get into doing that. How he
You talking about
found what
Northman?
he's with. No,
Northman?
Matt Deerhart. Old Krusty.
Gotcha. Okay. Yep.
You know, he has his show every morning at 8 o'clock.
I know Matthew. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And he's got one, I forget what they call them, what their name is, but you and Sean need to look into that and get it. Doesn't, from what I understand, it doesn't cost anything. You know, there's nothing specific that you got to do or anything, but he'd be able to answer all those questions. He brought it up this morning in his live, and I said, well, I'll tell you.
It's awesome. No, thank you. I need that. We need that because we are all, every trucking channel needs that. You guys need that. We are all being shadow banned like crazy. Dude, when I went to Washington, when I went to DC the first time a year ago, every live we were doing, I was getting 200 to 500 followers alive. Like it's no doubt that it's up. She's up. It's no doubt for sure that we're being shadow banned for sure. And it's not right.
There's also different ones of them out there. I don't know how many different ones there are, but they got like a direct line. Like you call them up or contact them. They all use Discord as the contact place and email. But if you get a violation, you call them up, get a hold of them, and they can have it removed. And you know, there's a lot. From what I understand, they do a lot for the creators. You know, for guys like you that are set up with them.
Awesome. Hi. How are you? Oh, okay. Can you help us? Because it's terrible what they're doing to us. It's terrible.
What do they call you people? The agency, that's it. They call them the agency.
Well, what do I got to do to get signed up? I mean,
CIA organization.
we
Yeah.
okay. I get it. I mean, I'll try it.
That's beyond an addiction.
Yeah. Well, he's retired too, so he has the time to. You know what I mean? Yeah. That'd be great. No. Good. Okay. Never. Never. What does that mean? Discord. I don't know what that means.
It's an app.
Okay. Okay. Awesome.
Discord's kind of like Telegram and some of them other apps. You know, it's like you have to have an account. And some of them you have to be invited in, like the Telegram app, into a certain group. So there's a lot of security and stuff with it there, Vince.
Awesome. That's fine. You know where we're the real deal. You know, we're not here to make money. We're just here to spread the message and to try to make America stronger and make trucking better. That's it. That's all we're here for.
Well, and I mean, you guys are the lifeline. Literally, you're the lifeline to everything that this country is.
Hmm.
Like, we couldn't eat or have all the other stuff if you guys didn't do your job. So,
Right, right. Yeah, and it's good.
Since you're on here, since she's on here, I got a question. Do you have a list of the 17,389,674 words that you're not allowed to say on TikTok?
It's even a half a word. It's fine. It's a half a word. We got that.
I don't think so. I can give you. That's a lot of words. That would be a very long list.
It seems like there's that many because I mean, like we were in a live with Grumpy and a couple other people, and nobody was really saying anything. No, I mean nobody was cussing, nobody was doing nothing. He got a violation.
Yep.
My buddy over at Sasquatch PTT that does push to talk radios, he got like 2 violations, and his lives are about the same thing that he does like 2 times every day, and it was like, why is there a violation?
Yeah, no matter what we do, yeah, no matter what we do, we're always censored.
I was sitting there doing diamond or just doing diamond painting. I wasn't even saying anything, and I got a banana for harassment and bullying. I'm like,
Yep,
what the hell?
yep,
I'm like, I'm not even saying anything. I'm seriously here doing practice.
yeah.
I think there's sometimes where just people just go in there and just want to be a problem, and I don't know.
Yeah, people don't like success. People don't like it when you have a strong light and you're helping people and you're telling the truth and you have justice behind you. They don't like that.
Well, exactly.
Yeah.
And then like one day I had like the eagle, like a patriotic eagle filter on, and someone reported me for harassment and bullying. I'm like, I'm gonna guess that someone who probably, because you know, like people hate patriotism in this country
Right.
right now. So
That's what I think of that. That's what I think about that.
yeah,
There you go.
I turned somebody in for saying the N word like 27 times
Oh.
live down there in the messages,
Yeah.
and I turned them into TikTok, and they came back that, oh, that doesn't violate our guidelines.
Right.
well, because they make it in like that fancy design or whatever it is, so it's not.
Hey, no, this was just regularly typed out in basic lettering at the bottom.
It's
And they
crazy.
told me that didn't violate their community guidelines.
I don't get how they. Like I was doing a battle one time against this girl. It was like the last creator standing thing, and this girl literally like she had a baby, and her thing with her, which is supposed to be a no-no, had their shirt on with her tatas full hanging out, and I'm like,
Yep.
how is this? But I'm like, I've been standing there with like a tank top on, just doing my makeup, and they're like, oh, it's nudity and something else. I'm like, I'm dressed. I'm just doing my makeup.
You offended somebody. They didn't like the way you looked. You were a little
No.
chubbier. You were a little too skinny. Or
No.
your boobs weren't big enough. Or they
No,
weren't
no,
hanging
it's-
out. So you hurt their feelings.
If you're a decent person, that's when they get rid of you. You got to be evil or go with the grain of what's being programmed to us. Then you'll be accepted and they'll put it on the FYP. You know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pause for a second. I have to pick up my daughter's food, but I gotta see what it is. So I mean, I'll be right back. It'll just pause on my box. So
Alrighty. All right, Moonshine. Any last? Yeah. Go ahead.
You need to check into that.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely.
Yeah, she did send me a thing, and I read it the other day. I read it this. I think it was either last night or this morning. I seen it, and I was going to ask Matt about it, but I was only in this line for a few minutes, and I had to go because of the link that I'm on, and I had things I had to do. And by the time I got back, he was already off. But
Yeah.
from what I've heard him say about the agencies, you know, there's a bunch of different ones, and they all pretty much do the same thing. But he was saying that it would be a good thing for the two of you to get hooked up with because they do help protect your account.
Yeah, no, we're going
You
to.
know.
We're going to. After I get off the live here, we're gonna sign up for sure. For sure. Yeah. Thanks for bringing her, Grumpy. And Mike, thanks for coming up and telling us about it. But we are going to end the live. So I will talk with you later, brother. All right. Moonshine. All right, man. See you on the next one. You too.
Good one. Be safe out there.
All right. You too.
And,
Later.
we'll holler at y'all later.
All right, brother.
Bye-bye.
Bye. All right. Sean, any last words, brother? I want to hear the speech, brother. I want the speech to be so good that it's traveled far and wide.
So I'm actually getting loaded right now as we speak. Actually helping the board driver put it the boards, the whole thing goes. That's what we do, right?
Yep.
Bring it back that old school way, where it's even if it's make his day a little easier. All it is, just put a little time in, and that brings me back to what we're doing here. Just put the time in. We can fix the industry together if we just we say enough is enough. We put those volunteers eventually get paid, and what we say get paid, they're going to get paid, and looking at them other drivers actually being able to make money and being able to provide for the family better as we take taxes down toll roads. So these are the things that we look forward to doing. With your guys' channel. So thanks to everybody that came by live today and had this conversation. Remember to.
Woo!
Back.
Absolutely. Were you done, Sean, or are you just pausing for a second? Mama Jen. Hey. Mama Jen?
Okay, I'm back. I have my daughter's chicken. She'll be happy now.
Nice. Yeah. You don't want anybody to be hangry. That's for sure.
No.
Yep.
She's obsessed with chicken. Every day it's like, what do you want for dinner? Chicken. Okay.
Oh, man. Chicken. Awesome. Well, Mama Jen, thanks for coming up and thanks for sharing that with me. And we're going to reach out to you for sure. We need your help. Thank you. Really appreciate you. All right.
I even had to use it last week because they took my ability to message anybody on TikTok away, and I'm like, okay, this is really going to make it very hard for me to get a hold of anybody if they wanted to. Right?
Yeah.
So like, and I appealed it, and then they said I was setting up frauds and scams. I'm like, no, I'm not.
Yeah.
So, but yeah,
Okay.
Matthews, I've got 10 people on my team, or probably 7 of them are truckers now. So,
Awesome.
and I love you all dearly.
Awesome. We love paramedics too. And you know what? We're tired of being shadow banned. We're just trying to make the country America first. And we're trying to make it to where the middle class actually has their American dream enforced, their pursuit of happiness, not the government's pursuit of happiness. We're tired of it, you know? And hopefully all the other industries follow. If we can get it fixed, hopefully the medical industry can get fixed, the farming industry can get fixed. I mean, it's farmers are 5 generations of farmers are losing their ranches because of all this bullshit. It's these global elites and these corporate giants got to go. They think they're above the law and they are not above the law. So we're here to remind them and to wake people up. That's all we're doing. So it goes on and on. There's so much, 30% of our job we don't even get paid for, so it goes on and on and on. Anyway, thanks for coming up, Mama Jen. We appreciate you and we will reach out to you. Okay.
No problem. Yep, nice. And then you can send me a message, or there's the app is right in my bio, and you can just put it in that way. But
Perfect.
if you have questions, just let me know, or get a hold of Matt or whoever, and be like, hey, I need to talk to her. So,
Perfect. Will do. All right. God bless. See you later.
thank you.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right. Sean, are you still have all that background noise, or are you good? Drum roll. Nope. Okay. I think he's occupied. All right, everyone. We are going to end the live. Thank you so much for joining us, you guys. Yeah. Thank you for the likes, the shares. Thank you for the comments. You guys make it all possible for us to even exist. So thank you. Our permanent lives are Tuesday, 10 a.m. Pacific, Friday, 5 p.m. Pacific. We have our roundtable Fridays at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And we also have our new barbecues. We're just feeding truckers, talking to truck drivers about mental health awareness, about the cost of fuel, the ELDs, just everything. You know, it's a good old time. We're putting up big on the screen whichever truck driver is talking to who. So there's 3 of us that are doing. We hope more people will start doing it. We're trying to hopefully encourage people to make it a national thing. How cool would that be? Every 15th of the month to have truck drivers at all truck stops all over America just talking to one another, just once a month, just starting to talk to one another, uniting, banding together as the brothers and sisters that they are. Nobody else is going to fix this industry. Nobody else is going to fix this country but us. So it's time to get involved, America. It's a shit show, man. We cannot let America fall. Sean, take it away.
There we go. Now I'm back again. Yeah, we're just putting on more steel. But no, you're right. It's bringing the united brothers and sisters of the highways. And getting it research, right? You guys are structuring our big state here. We should have a voice. We should have a word in it. With that, I mean, I think we should be doing that. I was just looking at guys from Indiana again because we're trolling on those guys. And then, I just got a message yesterday about when they were in front of Congress and the president of the APA was talking about we're going to have 67 billion more pounds of loads, metric tons of freight, all right? So then I'm sitting there, I'm like, man, that's a lot of freight. But then when I looked it up, after I did the numbers, it's only 21 extra loads per driver. And guys, I can tell you this, thanks for the extra 21 loads, if that's all we're going to get out of it. We don't need confidence in our industry because of this extra 21 loads. And I don't know if these guys are actually getting factual information, but they're just trying to make it sound like it is fact. So what we're out here to do is get the facts, find the facts, and show the facts. This is why we do a lot of studies of our own. We're working on the triangles right now. We're taking pictures across the country. So if you see a truck with triangles, feel free to take a picture of it. Send it in to us. You can do it here on messaging or Vance or Zan or We the Truckers. Anybody that's in this group of people that's having these conversations knows how to get a hold of us. But yeah, I mean, that's what it's about is showing our studies, their studies, their studies. I don't know about you guys, but they don't even drive trucks. So how can they even be making studies in consumption? I think we need to keep it factual as always. So with that, I mean, we need to put in the time. It's our industry. Again, as I was saying earlier, volunteer, like firefighters, run into a building and save lives. This is what we're doing. Voice matters. Getting out here and fixing it because no one else is going to fix it for us. So, with that being said, like I was saying, this is not our channel, it's your guys' channel. We appreciate everyone, every single person that comes into into these lives and gives support. Because this is what it's about. It's about uniting, and this is where it starts at. It starts having these small conversations, the conversations that nobody wants to talk about, and we bring them here. We figure out the solution. We can fix the problems. We do it as a team. It's not just me, Vince. It's all of us, right? It's going to take all of us to stand up and have these conversations. And remember, your message, your voice could be the difference in changing the industry. So with that being said, make sure you send them letters out to your congressman. Call those numbers that we give. Just go to for show vote. That's going to Indiana to make a difference. So that's what it's about. All it takes is just it's not really much at the end of the day. If we all spend 10 minutes just doing research and investigating our industry, we find the problems. But while we're finding the problems, we're going to find the solutions. When we find the solutions, we will fix the industry. So with that being said, Vince, thanks for everything you do. The time that you put into this, and every single person that does put the time. There's a long list of people. So thanks every single person, thank every single truck driver out there that's on the road today that's been in the industry to help feed the families, giving that medication out to kids, getting it delivered. So there's a lot of people to thank. I could spend all day. We could do the whole thing, but especially you guys showing the path that it is just getting involved. So I will turn it over to you and stay safe out there, everyone. Remember, open up a door. I was telling Vince earlier. I said, man, I got to fight to open up a door now for somebody. Somebody's already running ahead of me. We're chasing each other. So there's the small rewards that you see. I do this. It does take time. It's not something that we can change overnight, but we can't change it over time, and that's what we're doing. We're making change. So everybody that's involved in there, thank you for everything you guys do. Uh, you know, you have a part at the end of this. God bless. Stay safe out there. Open up that door, so that's what you might save your life.
Amen. Well said, Sean, and thank you for all that you do for us. We are constantly giving. We're all of us advocates here. We're all working the same, guys and gals. We're working 70, 80 hours a week, but on top of that, we're giving another 20, 30 hours to you, to our fellow man, to our fellow woman. Why? Because this country matters. Sorry about that. This country matters. Okay. These truckers, they matter. That's why we're trying so hard, and we need your help to unite us all. If we unite, when we unite, as we unite, we are becoming a stronger entity. That's why it's so important to go check this out. There's a lot of great advocates on there that are doing their best to try to make the industry better. Less regulation, get that boot off our neck, and get the trucking industry privately ran again. Look what the government's done with it. Okay, FMCSA, are you kidding me? You know how many mega carrier CEOs have now gone onto the American Trucking Association's panel and that are within the FMCSA, the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration? It's ridiculous. It's all a scam, you guys and gals. It's a scam to steal more of your time, to steal more of your money, to take your precious time away from you that you have on the earth. We all have an expiration date, do we not? We all have an expiration date. So what are you going to do with your time? Well, Sean and I have decided we're going to fight back shoulder to shoulder with all of you beautiful people. All of you beautiful truckers, you small carriers, you brokers, shippers and receivers, mechanics, insurance guys and gals. There's a lot of good people in the industry. There's also a lot of bad people in the industry. There's a lot of snakes in the grass. Let's get them off. Let's get them out of our hair. Let's get those chiggers and those fleas, those nasty people. Let's get them either out of the industry or bring back all the work to the United States that belongs here, right? Our country needs us right now. Our forefathers are screaming in their grave like, hey, dude, this is crazy. 30 to 40% taxes. Why are we tolerating this? We the people. Why? Let's help one another. Let's deprogram our brains. Everything we were taught as kids, it was all programming. Everything you saw on TV, just look at who owns the major media outlets. Look at who owns all these major, Vanguard, BlackRock, they don't care about your life or your pursuit of happiness. These global giants, these corporate elites, corporate giants, global elites, they think we're like cattle. They really do. They laugh. They think they've designed it perfectly where you're paycheck to paycheck, you can't save any money. So how about we flip the script? Because our Constitution and our Bill of Rights, it says different. It says it's about your pursuit of happiness, not the congressman's pursuit of happiness, not the president's pursuit of happiness, not the ATA's pursuit of happiness, not Home Depot's pursuit of happiness, your pursuit of happiness. If you're a small carrier or truck driver, the time is now to get involved and make change. If you're an American citizen watching this, whatever you do for a living, I know you're not making enough. I know you're not. You don't even have to tell me what you make. The only people that are actually making money is like what do they call it? An anesthesiologist. That's about the only career even where you're making a lot of money, or an attorney. But even attorneys aren't making that great of money. So let's get involved. Let's fight back shoulder to shoulder. Let's get this peacefully done. We can do it in numbers. We don't have to cause violence or destruction of private property. We don't advocate for that. Let's do it with uniting and our brains. Let's do the research. Let's trust but verify. Let's be critical thinkers. Let's challenge the idea of what the normal quo is, right? Why is it normal to give 2 hours of free time to a shipper? Why is that free? Where did that come from? Well, long time ago, someone figured it out to rob you of your time. It's about $40,000 a year in the time that we wait in these damn 73 square foot prisons, rolling prisons. That's what they steal from us. Why do we allow that? I don't know, but we're here fighting back. Let's get those dollars back in our pockets. Let's get that time back, give that time back to our families. We get those dollars in our pockets, we can afford to be home more. We can afford to take our families on vacation and do some nice things for our family. That's who we work hard for, and for each other, right? I don't work hard for Ukraine. I don't work hard for Israel. I don't work hard for China. I don't work hard for Australia. I work hard for you, the American citizen, right? And I hope that you feel the same way too. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you guys. Don't forget, a truck driver is supposed to be trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. And on my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country, and to obey the truck law, to help other people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you guys. Tuesdays, 10 a.m. Pacific, we are live, and Fridays, 5 p.m. Pacific, we are live on TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, and X. Be there or be square. Thank you so much for the likes, shares, comments, the follows, the subscriptions over here, or the follows. We really do appreciate you guys. You matter to us, and you matter here. That's right. Sophia is awesome. If you're not following Sophia, go give her a follow right now. She's an amazing woman. She's an amazing small carrier, and she loves her community. She loves her country, and we applaud Sophia. Thank you for all your hard work, Sophia. She is an awesome advocate herself. God bless you guys. If you're not following Sean, go give him a follow. He's also on WeTheTruckers.com under I Drive for Change. Don't forget about our barbecues once a month on the 15th of every month. God bless you. God bless your family. I wish you freedom and fortune, and I pray for you to be healthy and prosperous and all the things. Okay. Thank you so much for watching. We really do love you guys. You are family here. Let's get that culture going where we're opening the doors for other drivers. We're talking to other drivers. All it takes is if you're shy, just go up to a driver and say, "Hey, thank you for driving for me." Just put it out there. Say, "Hey, thank you, man. I appreciate you bringing that fuel for my wife that's 2,000 miles away. Thank you for bringing that cereal. Whatever you have in your truck, I know that you're helping this economy survive and thrive. So thank you for doing that, driver. I appreciate you, and you'd be surprised what you'll get. You will see a driver light up like no other. I think that truck drivers are superheroes with invisible capes, and I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about you guys. All right. I do. I appreciate you guys bringing my family everything that they need, and all my friends everything that they need. Without you guys, there is no country. You are the backbone of America, literally. You are the strongest people out there. And you know what? You should be paid 4 times more than you are. You should be working half as less. You should have full medical and dental, and you should have a pension after 2 million miles or 20 years. You should have a pension of like $5,000 to $7,000 a month. I'm just going to say it, and I don't give a shit what anybody else thinks. Those are the facts. You have earned that by destroying your body. Average lifespan of an American truck driver, 61 years old. Trucking is 7 times more dangerous than being a law enforcement officer. So, you want to go talk to the wife of a cop and see how afraid she is every morning when he leaves and he goes to his beat. She's afraid, right? Like he might not make it home. Well, truck driver has a 7 time more chance of not making it home after he or she goes on the road. So go talk to that wife or that husband and say, thank you for your service. My wife is like a single mom with me being an over the road driver. Let's just say the facts. Let's just be honest. And I wish I could do something and make, the money that a truck driver makes now, we just barely get by. I wish I could do something local that made more money or the same, but it's not. Over the road is the best for trucking for the most part. It's unfortunate. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. God bless every one of you. Go follow Sean if you're not already following him. Go check out WeTheTruckers.com and go check out I Drive for Change. Go check out all the other advocates that are on there. There are some great men and women that are working for free, working hard for you to try to make this better. Please support them and or get involved. It's important for us all to unite. So thank you so much for watching. God bless you. Keep the shiny side up and the dirty side down. We'll see you on the next one. Later, guys. Later, YouTube.